what we're going to ride on or in, we can do it. Obviously, here, this is a good category for us.
I feel like we won already.
Yeah.
Okay. Horse, motorcycle, car,
parade float.
in, on or in. No, I didn't say it yet, Mike.
Oh.
No. Don't give me a buzz yet. I'm talking aloud. Ride
This is how she gets
on
around
or
it.
in. This is how I tap dance. Ride on or in. Funeral procession.
That's a good answer.
That is a good answer.
Thank you.
I would say like a hot air balloon.
What about skis?
Someone's shoulders.
No.
All right. What is it, Adam?
Elevator.
Oh,
Number 6, elevator.
Yeah.
All right.
Claustrophobe.
people do have fear.
Oh, a roller coaster was one.
Roller coaster is number 3.
Oh, roller coaster.
That
That's
makes
good.
a lot of sense.
I was gonna say hang
All
glider.
right, one more. We got 2 minutes left to go
All
on
I
the
love
show.
a game. This is great.
All right. So this one has 7 answers. Name something that has the word super in it.
Superman.
That's number 1, Superman.
Super Bowl.
Number 2, Super Bowl.
Superhero.
No.
Oh, no.
Colleen.
Super glue.
That is number 4, super glue.
Superstar.
That is number 7, superstar.
I was gonna say super salad.
That's funny. That's funny.
Super set. Like, at the gym.
Super duper. Superintendent.
Oh,
Superintendent.
yeah, superintendent, number 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, super sexy. Adam, I know you've heard that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Super sexy.
Not awkward at all.
Supersede.
Okay, what are the rest?
Like to
'Cause
supersede.
there's no chance. What are the
Okay,
rest?
number 1, Superman. Number 2, Super Bowl. 3, supermarket. 4, super glue. 5, superintendent. 6, super size. 7, superstar.
Super size.
Supersize.
I'm glad that there were
Something that nobody should ever
women
do.
on here and we didn't say supermarket.
That's right.
Exactly.
That says a lot about us.
Uh-huh. See?
See?
Guys,
Exactly.
thank you for doing this. This is so awesome. Thank you, Adam, of course.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my God, this Women's Sports Now takeover exclusively on Roku channel. Thank you, sir. That's for you.
We are now
Jackson
lead pipe wielding
Drinks for everybody.
professionals.
I will be having a double tequila tonight. See you guys all on Monday. They better win.
This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate those who go above and beyond for us every single day. One of my favorite moments of the draft is the military moment when we pause from all the proceedings and applaud those in the military who stand on the stage and deserve all the love that they get. For over 90 years, Navy Federal has proudly supported the entire military community. In fact, if you're active duty, a veteran, or part of a military family, you're eligible to join. Navy Federal offers members-only exclusive rates, discounts, and tools to empower its members and help them reach their financial goals. This May, in honor of Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union is lowering their VA rates by 0.25%. At Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are the mission. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/celebrate. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/celebrate.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
What are these guys about to go through, Holt? What are your memories?
Yeah, rookie minicamp's fast, man. It's like, honestly, that is the hardest time for guys who have already signed and stuff, just because they throw literally everything on you, and the guys who have signed, they throw even more on you just to go ahead and get you acclimated with the playbook. But then after those 2 days, once the weekend starts, you'll go into OTAs with the actual team. That's when it slows down a lot, and you actually get to learn from the vets and see what they do. You'll still get reps, but not as many, but you'll be able to learn.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we we offer all your dental needs under one roof. In most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
This is Dr. Anthony Skalick from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes of ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com and go Pirates!
Hey there, Eastern North Carolina. Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. The Brown & Wood service specials include a tire price match guarantee, a $199 AC Delco front brake pad installation special. We also have a brake rotor rebate of $40. And a synthetic oil change on most vehicles for $89.95. Don't forget, free pickup and drop-off at Brown & Wood. 89 years in business, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This is Holton Ahlers from my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30-plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. ansonbelt.com, over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holton Ahlers Show.
Craving a delicious burger and a great deal? Then head on over to Bad Daddy's Burger Bar in Greenville. Every Monday, shake things up with $5 hand-shaking cocktails. On Rough Draft Tuesday, enjoy talls for smalls, where bigger drinks are the same price as the smalls. It's Whiny Wednesday with $3 pours of barefoot wine. Then on Salty Thursdays, sip on a $4 house margarita. And don't miss Bloody Sunday. Enjoy brunch and $5 house Bloody Marys.
And this just in at Bad Daddy's, mention Pirate Radio for 15% off your meal.
Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. Great food, amazing deals, and a whole lot of flavor.
Is your office printer on the fritz? Don't wait days for a repair. This is Walker Allen Volova with CopyPro, where we promise fast 3-hour service on all of your copy equipment. No need to press 1 for English for an overseas service line. All of our calls are answered right here in Greenville. Plus, we offer a free office printing analysis to help you cut cost and boost efficiency. We'll show you exactly how to save money on ink, toner, and energy. For reliable, fast service, call CopyPro today at 1-800-682-6558 and see how we can help your office run more efficiently. CopyPro, fast service, smarter printing, bringing more value to your business.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Big now.
Well, hello, Shirley. It's been a while.
We got Jarrett here. Hey, Jarrett. Hey. And we got left side. Strong side.
What's up, Chandler? How you? You need to write a song called Super Zach Kaplan. I will read it verbatim. The Masters tournament is special.
Oh, you'll read it what?
Verbatim. Verbatim?
How do you spell that? That word you just said, how do you spell it?
I have no clue.
Say it one more time. You're going to read it
verbatim.
That's how you said verbatim.
Is verbatim. That's what I said.
No, you did not.
I said verbatim.
Nope. No.
None.
Aye, and she can take her crew like a true captain. No surprises. Just
hold on. She can take her crew.
There's no bones off of my back.
I'm not talking about this.
Correct. Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250. We are on 930. We are live, PR927FM.com, and you can check us out on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. Man, a lot of good stuff up there. Got a lot of interviews with guests that you will hear on this program. Also, a new edition of the Parker Bird Show, as well as the Holton Ahlers Show. Holton Ahlers Show getting a lot of views this week because people want to know the newest Pirate quarterback, Mike Wright. Unya, he joined Holton and Cade Norman on the show this week, and seems like a great young man. A young man getting older. Going to be with his 4th college football team as he is making the most out of his college experience. But you can check that show out and everything else at Pirate Radio TV. Guest heavy on today's show. So I need to focus up and practice good break management and good overall hosting because we've got Jacob Jenkins-Cowart, better known as JC, joining us in hour number 1. We'll talk about him getting called up recently, now in High A in Wisconsin. Beloit Skycarps, I think is the team name. But we'll talk to JC about his time in professional baseball, ask him about the Pirates as well. Also joining us, emergency interview with Brooks Hill Hurricanes. Knock off the Caps last night, win the series, and now await the winner of Florida and Toronto. And Carolina will get a little time off before beginning the Eastern Conference Final. We'll talk to Brooks about wrapping it up last night in D.C. Tony Dunn will join us. We'll talk some Panthers schedule and more from an NFL standpoint with Tony Dunn. Also coming up on the program, Brian North will join us to get you ready for a busy sports weekend. Morgan Ahlers joins us at 5 o'clock to talk all things ECU. And J-Bone did a one-on-one with Patrick Saunders from the Denver Post, talking Zach Agnos, Rockies, Nuggets. So you'll hear that and see that coming up in hour number 3 of our show. Shirley Rhodes is here. Intern Logan's here. Logan, what do we owe the pleasure? What are you doing here?
Well, I mean, I guess it's my last day for at least the summer. I mean, I'd love to come back and help for football season, but I figured I'd make an official last day.
You are welcome to return and come back at any time. And glad to have you here, man.
Of course, just love hanging out.
Glad we could say goodbye properly. We'll do handshakes, hugs at the end of today's show. We should do a handshake line like hockey at the end of every show. Let me introduce my co-host so they can say if they'd like to do that or not. J-Bone is here, head of the table. What's up, Jarrett?
Hey, love the handshake line idea.
Okay. And left side.
Strong side.
Folks, you love Chandler Honeycutt just like I do. And he said before the show today, guys, I'm gonna go as long as I can. He's going to give us as much energy and as much time as he can on this Friday. And you know what, Chandler? I appreciate that.
I'm going to give it my all, brother.
I'm going to...
Come on, Sean.
Wake up, Bay. New Come On, Sean just dropped.
Who's that?
That would be our first guest of the show, Jacob Jenkins-Cowart, who gave us an updated Come On, Sean.
Let's hear it. Come on, Sean. I love it. Great hearing from JC.
I'm going to try to go the full 3 hours, too. If not, we might wrap this show up at 5:12. Who knows?
You're the host.
Oh, so I got to go the 3.
No, you can cut this off whenever you want to.
I don't think it works that way. It is my commitment every day to be here 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. All right.
Y'all ain't going to say anything about my cut? All right.
Oh!
All right.
New haircut for John. Looks like it's always looked.
I said good cut last night, so. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh, good eye there, Bo.
No, I just didn't want. He told me he was going to get his hair cut, and I didn't want to have to deal with that last night when I saw him.
I noticed some things about folks. You know what I noticed? Logan's a bracelet.
Hey, there's a pawn shop down the road if you ever need some cash. You know, Clark, I'd really like to try to fumigate this chair. Let's go find your sister.
Logan is wearing his jewelry, and you're telling him, hey, bud, you might want to cash that in.
Look, people that own jewelry sometimes say, you know what? I want to turn this into cash. And people say,
Are they advertising?
And then people say, I didn't say the name of the pawn shop, but people go, well, how can I turn this jewelry into cash? And it's called a pawn shop, and it's right down the road.
And you never know when you're going to fall on hard times. So,
trust me.
The name of the pawn shop is right down the road.
Right down the road. Have you ever thought of getting a pawn shop on board? That would be cool.
That would be cool.
We could all bring in items to pawn. Huh?
I like all my stuff.
All your stuff.
Yeah.
You like everything you own.
What stuff do you have?
A lot of Raider stuff. Hell yeah.
Chicken with the check gang. Jamie says, hey now.
Hey now.
Baba booey, tata tutti. Pike liked the stream. He's enjoying the waterfront in Little Washington.
What's up, Pike?
Man, Pike gets around.
Pike, how was your wings the other night from overtime?
Pike is everywhere, man. Jack says, hey, Zach.
What's up, Jack?
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Jack.
PJ says, hello.
What's up, PJ?
Hello. Steve says, hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Steve asking, has Chandler's summer Friday wedding schedule dropped yet?
Nope.
You got a lot of vacays planned?
Got one at the end of this month, but it's on a Saturday.
At the end of the month?
At the end of the month.
Having a freaking wedding.
Everything good? Jamie said, come on, internet. Is that your internet? I think we're good, right? Pike said the wings were really good. The cheesecake was really good.
Wow.
I've never thought about getting cheesecake over time.
I hope it's two cheese.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Shout out to our guy, Boca, who runs that food truck.
Y'all like cheesecake?
Mm-hmm. I love cheesecake.
I don't have it often, but so like if you go to a place that has cheesecake or the Cheesecake Factory, and you get to choose a flavor, I always go strawberry.
Mm-hmm. That's the one.
Do y'all go fruit or chocolate?
I go to chocolate.
I like to go with a fruit, strawberry, maybe a cherry. Cherry
I would
cheesecake.
like a chocolate cheesecake with a
what?
A chocolate?
Chocolate.
A chocolate cheesecake with some strawberry on top.
Strawberry.
The best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Why not both? All right, real quick. I pride myself.
Oh God.
On having cool novelty shirts from TeePublic. I've bought a lot of cheap shirts recently. And I thought wearing this Debo shirt today that I would have the coolest Commanders novelty shirt in the greater downtown Greenville area. That's a pretty good assumption, right?
Yeah.
Not a lot of novelty Commander shirts out there.
Yeah.
How about today? I'm driving down the road. From the bank to the stop shop. I see a guy walking on the sidewalk, and I notice he has a number on his shirt, and I like to say, all right, what kind of athlete, team, or brand is he promoting? So as I get closer, I think y'all will appreciate this as sports fans. Shirley, you'll appreciate this as an old music lover. The number on the shirt is 5. And I get closer, and I see on the shirt it says, I got 5 on it. The 5 has the same feather that is on my Debo shirt.
Nice.
Famous with the Redskins. It is a Jaden Daniels novelty, I got 5 on it shirt.
Wow.
And I'm like, this guy has the best Commanders novelty shirt in downtown Greenville today.
You should have slammed on.
I know. I
got out of the car and then go and be like the Spider-Man meme.
You'd think I was a creepy old guy looking at a woman. Because I was like, I had my whole head turned driving down the road. Like, did I just see did this dude just did this? And he also
dude just
had
wear this?
a burgundy. He had some sort of Washington hat on as well.
Nice.
He's the coolest guy.
Man, you should have stopped.
A burglary.
I should have committed a burglary on him.
Yeah.
Just
Rip
taking
it
his
right off his body.
Yeah, just do a drive-by. Just yank it right off of him.
I've never seen that. I got 5 on it shirt. I should have stopped and asked him where he got it.
Yeah.
Or like form a relationship. Say, hey, this fall, do you want to watch some Commanders games?
Yeah, bud. I see you're walking with a woman here. And being an older African-American gentleman, you probably don't have a lot of Caucasian men like myself coming up to you asking you this, but hey, do you want to hang out sometime?
Look at this guy, Mr. Still Your Husband. You gonna take Alfred away from Susan next time?
You looking at my wife? No, I'm looking at you, buddy, in that shirt.
Tall drink.
Hey, that's my wife. And who cares? Who are you?
Oh, man. How about a guy down on his luck came up to me asking for money, and I've got that novelty Sean Taylor shirt. And, dude, one time a guy got really mad at me at Tiebreakers because he was like, who's on the shirt? And I got mad. I was like, if you don't know who's on the shirt, I'm not going to tell you who's on the shirt.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
We're watching football on a Sunday. If you don't know who this guy is, you need to go back to school.
Yeah.
And get out of here because this is football Sunday with the fellas.
Need to educate yourself.
Scram, dude.
Yeah, it upset me.
Read a book.
But this guy, hey, man, you got any change? You got $1? And I was going to pull out some change. He said, man, I love that Sean Taylor shirt. And I was like, here you go, buddy.
Hey, you know what?
I gave him like $5.
You said, you know what? Take it. Take it.
I was like, this is a good guy right here. No Sean Taylor. Respects him.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that's a good story or not, but if you are asking for some money, if you make a reference to the Commanders, I'll probably give you a little bonus.
At first, you're like, get a job, pal. And he's like, that's a cool shirt. You're like, actually, here's 20.
No, I have a nice little thing of change. I was
man.
gonna pop him $1 or $2.
Hey, man, do you mind? You got $1 or $2? Hey, that Larry Tunsil pickup was pretty good, right?
Hey, that game in 2007 when y'all beat the Vikings on Sunday Night Football, that was a great one. Man, let me write you a check.
Hey, man, I just need a couple dollars for a drink. Do you remember that Taylor Heineke dive into the end zone? That was pretty good.
He touched the pylon. All right. Pirates winners last night.
Yeah. They look great.
Yeah. Pitching was on.
The double play.
Dixon came sliding in. With a home run. I saw some people commenting.
That thing was cranked.
So, Jared, you didn't go to the game, right?
Were you there?
I know I did not go to the game.
Pirate Radio didn't send anyone there.
Nope.
But I guess on the radio broadcast, did he do a post-game interview? Y'all seen anything about this?
Well, I mean, if Coach O was there, he normally does the post-game with Coach O.
Yeah, and I didn't hear it, but maybe made some comments of made some changes this week or something to that effect as far as the team.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a focus moving forward.
A focus.
And yeah. So I'm not going to comment on it because I didn't hear it.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that the team is.
There's a shift in the tide.
We hope so. Yeah.
Well, it sure looked like it last night.
I was going to say I have the highlight from Dixon's moonshot from last night. If you want to hear it,
Give me a Dixon.
Let's take a listen.
Give me a Dixon moon ball real quick.
All right, hang on one second.
This one hit well to right field. Quigley going back. That is gone. Top of the batting cage for Dixon Williams. His 11th of the season. And East Carolina jumps out to a 3-0 lead.
Is that our guy, Jim Lauk?
That would be Jim Lauk.
Old announcer from South Florida. He calls everything. Football, hoops,
Jim
baseball.
Lauk.
And he was thrilled at that.
His color guy, Nationals legend Denard Span.
Nice.
Wait, South Florida?
He was the analyst on ESPN Plus.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Denard Span. Good player.
Leadoff guy.
All right, let's we need to take a break. Speaking of moonshots, Jacob Jenkins-Cowart used to hit some.
Man.
And we will talk to him when we return. I was able to catch up with him earlier today. You'll hear that chat. A lot of interviews coming up on today's show. A lot of fun, a lot of sports talk, and a lot of Logan.
Yeah.
Back with you after this.
Riley's Army, our mission is to provide support to children with cancer and their families in North Carolina. From emotional support to financial assistance, we are here to ensure no family faces this journey alone. Guided by faith and a commitment to love and service, Riley's Army invites you to join us. Volunteer, donate, or spread the word. Together we can make a lasting difference. Visit RileysArmy.com to learn more. That's RileysArmy.com.
If you're looking for a delicious home-cooked country breakfast or lunch, look no further than CD's Grill. CD's Grill in Winterville has the best country cooking around. Start your day with CD's mouth-watering homemade cheese biscuits, eggs cooked to order, and pancakes so big and fluffy there's no way you leave hungry. Open Monday through Friday from 5:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. and Saturday from 5:30 to 11 a.m. CD's has lunch specials and an all-you-can-eat salad bar. Stop by, say hey to owner Jason Brown and the CD's crew. CD's Grill, 111 West Fire Tower Road in Winterville. CD's Grill, the best country cooking around.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird for my friends at Shimmer Boutique. New spring arrivals are here from all your favorite brands like Kinder Scott, Yeti, Local Boy, Pimp Shrimp, Simply Southern, and a lot more. Shop now at shimmerboutiqueonline.com and receive free shipping on all orders over $100. And don't forget, Shimmer is your place to get your very own Parker Bird shirt, available in youth and adult sizes. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, Jacksonville, and ShimmerBoutiqueOnline.com. Go Pirates.
Tired of the same old gym routine? Rebel Fitness is here to change the game. Whether you're throwing punches, kicking it in kickboxing, or mastering MMA, we bring the heat with specialized group classes that make fitness feel like a fight you actually want to win. At Rebel Fitness, we're not just about lifting weights, we're about lifting spirits. Join a community of badasses who are rebelling against the norm and crushing their fitness goals. Sweat, lift, move, fuel, fight for a healthier, happier you. Rebel Fitness, where fitness meets fun. Join the movement today. Visit us at 3700 Charles Boulevard or visit rebelfitnessnc.com.
You don't have to choose between comfort and capability when you're behind the wheel of a 2025 Honda Pioneer 704. Rugged and reliable, it delivers the power you need on the job, the smooth shifting you want on the trail. And with Honda's exclusive quick flip seating, you get the versatility of seating 4 passengers or stowing the back seats for a full cargo bed. See the latest Honda Pioneer 704 today at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Hot sandwiches are Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Hot sandwiches are here. The pilot can't steer?
No, Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
That's worse.
Jimmy John's new hot sandwiches are finally here.
Get ready for a crispier, crunchier, meltier, gooier Jimmy John's experience. Toasted sandwiches are here. Try the brand new toasted category or get any sandwich in the favorites category toasted to golden perfection. Jimmy John's in Greenville and Wilson and online at jimmyjohns.com. Go Pirates!
Hey folks, Kyle Gaines here from Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Washington, North Carolina. Breaking news. We have breaking news. Employee pricing plus rebates. That's huge savings on new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Rams. You heard it first. Big savings. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay plus rebates. Huge savings here at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It is also Jeep season. We have plenty of the new 2025 Jeep Wranglers on our lot. So it's top off season. So come check us out at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Drive a little, save a lot.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Pirate Radio.
You must be a pirate for the Pirates Code to apply, and you're not. And thirdly, the code is more what you'd call guidelines than actual rules.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Browniewood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
And the Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates, and they've got something going on every night of the week. Of course, on the weekends, you can get the best live music every Saturday and Sunday. Mondays, test your sports knowledge with sports trivia with our very own Clip Brock. And for more details and to stay up to date with all the fun, check them out on Facebook or Instagram. And we'll see you at the Buck, where the music never stops. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Welcome back to Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. Shirley Rhodes, Logan, J-Bone, and the Chan Man, and a lot of interviews, including this one with former Pirate right fielder Jacob Jenkins-Cowart. Just got promoted. We talk about where he's at now, how his career has gone, ECU, and more. Let's hit that interview with JC.
Joining us today. Joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, former Pirate right fielder JC, Jacob Jenkins-Cowart, who just got a promotion, and we'll talk about that and his professional baseball life. JC, how you doing, man?
Good. I'm good. Good to be on. How are you?
Doing great, and great to catch up with now former Pirates who are doing big things in the world of baseball. So let's talk about where in the world is Jacob Jenkins-Cowart. Talk about the promotion. What team you playing with now?
So I just got promoted to the Beloit Sky Carp in Beloit, Wisconsin. First time I've ever been to Wisconsin. I guess really we went to Cincinnati, and that's considered the Midwest, but I guess this is my first real experience in the Midwest. And right now we're in Appleton, Wisconsin on the road against the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. That's the Brewers High A. And this place is really nice. They called me up, I think, at the most perfect time ever because mid-May in Jupiter, we're starting to creep into the mid-90s. And I got off the plane here, and it was sunny and 70. So, pretty ideal.
Congrats, man. And I know it always doesn't work out like this, but a lot of times there are minor league spots that are near or somewhat in the same region as the professional team. So, it kind of caught me off guard that the Marlins have an organization there in Wisconsin. It doesn't seem like a fit, but how about the travels you've kind of gone through and the lifestyle of being a minor league baseball player? How have you handled that part of it so far off the field?
So the Florida State League was pretty simple. There were 4 teams on the East Coast and 4 teams on the Gulf Coast. So we really played the East Coast teams the majority of the time, and the only big travels were if we'd go across to Fort Myers or Clearwater, and that was only about a 3-hour bus trip. I've heard, I obviously haven't made a bus trip in the Midwest League, but I've heard there's some pretty big ones because, I mean, we got series in Iowa. To be honest with you, I don't really know much more than that. I've heard there's a bunch in Wisconsin, a bunch in Iowa. Indiana, because I know there is one in where's Notre Dame located? What's that city called?
South Bend.
South Bend. There's a team in South Bend. So I've heard that there's some pretty big bus rides, which, I mean, the bus isn't terrible. We always take 2 buses, so pretty much everybody has their own little row. But the travel up here was pretty crazy. I got the call. I was sitting at dinner with my girlfriend and my 2 buddies. They had come to visit. And I got a phone call that I was going up at like 8 o'clock at night. And they're like, hey, you're going to fly out tomorrow at 7 a.m. So
do your buddies that are visiting you, do they like tag along to Wisconsin or they head
No.
back?
So they drove, actually. They drove so that they could bring my dog down, which is a blessing because I hadn't seen her in a while. So it was like a 10.5-hour drive for them. They were supposed to stay 4 days, and it was like they had been here for 8 hours. Like yeah. But I literally, they helped me pack up my apartment, which, you know, you're pretty much living out of a suitcase anyways. It's not like I had that much stuff. But packed up the apartment in like 20 minutes and then went to the field, and I had to like call one of the directors to let me in the field because it was like 9 o'clock. So to get my baseball stuff. And then I was on the way to the airport at 5 a.m. So just like that, 8 hours later, I guess, or 7.
Wow.
Wait.
Life of a minor leaguer.
Yeah. So.
JC, you got that great personality that all Pirate fans know, and you've shown off a little bit here with us at Pirate Radio over the years. How about kind of fitting in with the guys? Everybody is a professional, trying to be a big leaguer at this point. So, how about getting along with the guys in the locker room and because it's very individual at this stage. You're trying to do better for yourself to keep on advancing, but how about the chemistry, locker room? Is there any of that at this level?
Yeah, so I'm gonna put this the best way I can. The Marlins do a very good job of doing their best to give us a team feel. They implemented certain, I guess you could call them rules, but I guess regulations in the locker room to really make an effort to have a team culture, and they do a really good job of it. But at the end of the day, it's professional baseball, so you can only get as close as you can to some of your teammates, especially with guys moving all over the place whenever they're told to. But I still try. I mean, I've always been. I mean, going to East Carolina, like, you learn how to be a team guy. So I try and definitely make as many relationships as I can. But you really have your group of few guys that you really get close with, and that's how you pretty much stay sane in this transactional business.
Yeah. Jacob Jenkins-Cowart joining us. Let's talk on the field, Jacob, and what led to the promotion. How are things going as far as seeing the ball, hitting the ball, and how big of an adjustment has it been as you kind of go up college to I guess low A to high A? Do you see the progression and the players getting better and better?
So I'm going to preface this by saying in college, like, I pretty much got away with swinging at everything in the strike zone. Still got myself out from time to time, but I could still hit, borderline pitches hard enough to do some damage. And I just quickly found out it didn't work here. I mean, my first stint last year at the end of 2024, I hit like 190 and punched out like 40% of the time. Basically thought I could just go up there and just swing and I'd hit the ball just like I did in college. So I did a lot of work this offseason and spring training on my swing decisions, and found out that there was nothing wrong with my swing. It was just what I was swinging at. So really honing in on just the maturity, and it's really a discipline thing to stick to an approach is what has paid dividends for me, especially early this season, especially in the Florida State League, because Florida State League has a bunch of flamethrowers, young guys, but most of the time you're playing dodgeball at the same time. So, yeah, so because it's not just about taking balls, you still have to be ready to hit the strike. So I think that is really what's propelled me this year, and looking forward to keep getting better at it.
Josh Gross joined us the other day and said that one thing that's different and something he really enjoys is it's kind of on him now to do the scouting, to do the work on his own rather than AK or Cliff putting together a plan for him, or in your case, Palumbo or whoever helping you out. So how about grasping that part of it, JC? Was that different than it was at East Carolina, and how are you succeeding in that part of it?
Yeah, I did see that clip. That was really good stuff. I'd say at East Carolina that the coaches gave us a plan. They did the behind the scenes work for us, and they said, here's what we're going to be on. And now I've kind of obviously I do it myself, but I really kind of use the same process that the coaches used, because I mean it's pretty proven. I get the starting pitcher's information the night before. I watch video for a little bit, and then I look at his movement plots, which is a whole nother world we can get into if you really want to, but it's pretty
I'm gonna
difficult.
pretend I know what that is and just nod my
so
head.
basically it's just how his fastball moves. Does it run? Does it cut? How his slider moves? Is it depthy? Is it a sweeper? Stuff like that. And then basically that hones it. Once I figure that out and I figure out what percentage he throws certain pitches, I figure out a zone that I'm going to look for. I've never been good at sitting on a certain pitch because, if I'm sitting slider and I see a slider out of the hand, I pretty much swinging and it could bounce. So I like to look for zones. So, if a guy is a righty's throwing and everything he's throwing is coming into me, cutter, slider, curveball, I'm going to look for the ball away. So if it starts in that zone, that's when I know I'm ready to go after it. But yeah, doing it on my own, I like it. I think it's more of a freedom thing, and it's there's nobody to blame if I'm wrong. So I like that aspect of it.
JC, speaking of the old Pirates, it got to be tough. I'm sure you can't watch and follow every single game, but I'm sure you look at scores every now and then, keep up with it. They have struggled this year. They have won 2 in a row against the league's top 2 teams this year with a win over South Florida last night. But Clearwater tournament coming up next week. Despite what's happened this year, I still think they can go there and win it all. I'm sure you have that same belief. But how tough is it to kind of see the team struggling right now?
Yeah, it's not what you want to see, especially like hanging out with all the guys in the clubhouse and they're, how the Pirates doing this year? And they know, and I'm like, come on, man. Because like I've played, I got a lot of teammates that I played against. So, but yeah, it's not ideal. But Clearwater, anything can happen. I mean, you saw like 14-win Tulane go win the tournament 3 years in a row or something. Like anybody can win that thing. It's all about who's playing well, and we have the guys, we have the talent. So hopefully they can put it together.
Softball
and
team.
They looked really good yesterday.
Yeah. Keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Dixon with a bomb and pitching looked great. Softball team went on a little run down in Tampa and ended their quarterfinal win with a spike. And Parker Bird was sitting with me, and I said, that reminds me of something. Oh, yeah, Jenkins-Cowart broke out the spike every now and then. How's the fielding part going for you out there?
It's going really good. I have definitely progressed a lot more in my outfield work than I thought. I am kind of playing all 3 positions. I'm playing center today, but mostly right still. But
is center just like a completely different game, like as you go from spot to spot?
I think like for the normal outfielder, like it's easier, but you still basically reading the ball off the bat is easier in center field, but you still have to have the tools to cover more ground. Yeah. So like not everybody can play center just because not everybody's fast enough. And not everybody's got the reactions and the jumps, but reading the ball off the bat is definitely easier because there's less slice, there's less hook. The ball flies truer to center field. But there's definitely the higher you go up, there's less people that can play center field and make an impact for sure.
Jacob, did you have any interactions with Clayton McCullough, big league manager, Connor Norby, former Pirate with the Marlins? You talked to those guys, and how many Pirates do you come across now playing baseball?
So Norby and I actually worked out all off season together in Greensboro. So we got pretty close this off season. He helped me out with a lot. I actually got my bat model from him. He opened his trunk one day and it was like Santa Claus, and he was like, pick any bat you want. So I took one and ended up, now that's the bat I've been swinging all year. So he's been really good to me. And Clayton's the man. I met him at the banquet a couple years ago for the first time, but it was kind of just a small talk thing. Like I think that was my freshman year, so I wasn't really known yet. And then, but every time I saw him in spring training, he made an effort to speak to me. He didn't big league me, or as you could say. And he's a really good guy. I think he knows what he's doing, and the Marlins are very lucky to have him.
That's awesome. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I'm trying to think about, you saw I faced Trey, of course. I got posted. Yeah. Trying to think of all the Pirates I've seen. Faced Trey. He's still unhittable. Played against McChrystal in Daytona.
Oh, nice.
I think he's doing well still. He was doing well when we played him. So, I mean, there's guys everywhere. I feel like the more the years go on, there's more Pirates, #Pirates in the Pros, or however you guys do it.
Yeah, man, it's cool to see, and credit to Cliff and Jeff Palumbo, and credit to you guys as well, and hopefully that continues on. And now we're starting to see them more and more in the bigs. And I've asked a couple of guys this week. I'll ask you, how is the old shortstop for ECU in the majors getting saves? It's still kind of weird to me to see, but awesome to see Zach Agnos.
I still remember that. Like, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but Coach G, from what I understand, really wanted Zach to get drafted as a shortstop because he was such a good shortstop. And where everybody's watching the draft, and it's like Colorado Rockies select Zach Agnos, pitcher, and everybody's like, wait a minute. So, but I mean, it was a great pick for them. Like we talked about it, like he was a flamethrower with low mileage on his arm, and he never really developed as a pitcher. He was just up there throwing, and he's got all those tools. So, I mean, it worked out. Obviously, I mean, he's doing it.
Jacob Jenkins-Cowart joining us. Jacob, people love hearing the baseball talk, but a lot of our listeners, they just like hearing sound bites. Could you give us an updated, come on, Sean, pretend he did something, screwed something up, and could you give us one?
It's like, come on, Sean.
Oh, man, that's perfect. Jacob, good stuff, man. Good luck. So who you got tonight? You said you're there in Wisconsin. Is that right?
Yeah, we're playing the Timberlake Rattlers again. We got 2 7s today. We had a tornado watch last night that ended up being just a big cloud. So that canceled the game, and we had a nice, pretty sunset to look at after that.
There you go.
So we got 2 7s today, and then we'll finish out the week.
Well, Shirley Rhodes here does a great job keeping up with all the former Pirates in the minors, and we'll have your numbers. So get us a few hits tonight and do your thing.
Right.
But man, we're happy for you. Obviously, we're pulling for you back here in Greenville.
Howard joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Great conversation. Talk Pirates, his career, but most importantly, a brand new "Come On, Sean" has been added to the repertoire.
Come on, Sean.
He had a little shorty side there.
Yeah, he had to really get in character.
Come on, John.
Come on, Sean.
The original "Come On, Sean" came from a post-game interview, and what happened to make him say, "Come on, Sean"?
Come on, Sean. The tripod was standing there, and I think there was some wind, and I was too busy doing some quote tweets, and next thing I know, I just goes.
It slowly tips over.
Slowly, and he's in mid-sentence, like talking to the scrum, and it hits him right there, and I'm pretty sure it hits him in the face. And then he puts it up and says, Come on, Sean.
Come on, Sean.
Focus in. Lock in, Sean.
Lock in, Sean. Let's take a break. We'll come back when we return. The Carolina Hurricanes are on to the Eastern Conference Final. Brooks Hill joins us to talk about taking down the Capitals. Got that on the way as we roll on Hour 1 Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, warm weather is here and it's time to get back on the boat. And at Stroud's Marine, they're stocked up with over 26,000 pre-owned parts. They got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Stay up to date with the latest deals, parts, and promotions by following them on social media. And as always, their mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Remember, they're just around the corner. Stop by the shop at 865 Rivet Street in Greenville. For more information, head to StroudsMarine.com. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
Stella Artois is a world-renowned Belgian beer with over 650 years of brewing heritage. Stella's rich, full flavor and smooth finish is perfect for making moments worth more. Stella's non-alcohol option, Stella 0.0, offers the same iconic taste without the alcohol, ideal for those looking to enjoy Stella anytime. Stella, whether celebrating big or small, Stella is the perfect choice for elevating the everyday. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Are you thinking about purchasing a new home? Stop by and see us at Integrity Home Mortgage at our new location in Greenville at 1420 Arlington Boulevard. This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
Talbot Green, NMLS 120331. For informational purposes only. Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender. NMLS 208516.
Looking for your new favorite hangout? Come on down to Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room in downtown Greenville, where the drinks are cold, the food is fire, and the fun never stops. Check us out every night at 7 for our special events. Tuesday night is Singo, Wednesday Hollywood Trivia, Thursday's Kahoot Night, and Fridays is Tunes and Taps starting at 7 p.m. Don't miss Yappy Hour, Thursday through Saturday, 4 to 7, where we serve up half-priced apps from the toolbox. Make sure to check out our new menu, featuring the taco wrap, North Carolina Cowboy flatbread, and buffalo loaded chips. Check out our Facebook page for more information. Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room, where good times are always on tap.
Hey, buddy, it's me, your foot.
What? Are you okay?
Not so much. These old shoes are killing me.
But I've had these for years.
Years? I've been stuck in these things and now I'm screaming. You need custom fit shoes, my friend. And we're not talking one size fits all here. You need comfort, support, and most importantly, freedom.
Well, how do I get that?
Head over to Fleet Feet. They'll make me feel like $1 million and keep you running strong.
Fleet Feet at the Old Gordon's Golf location on Arlington Boulevard. They custom fit every shoe for your unique foot. Visit Fleet Feet and step into comfort. Your feet will thank you.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Danny Beal, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear was easy to work with when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
It's bow time. Bojangles is shaking up breakfast with the return of its sausage Bowberry biscuit. Savory, sizzling, country-style sausage topped with a drizzle of sweet icing, served on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit stuffed with bowberries. Just when you thought you knew where breakfast was going, Bojangles flips the script. Right now, get 2 sausage Bowberry biscuits for just $5. But hurry to Bojangles, because even though breakfast is served all day, this deal is only here for a limited time. Order yours today. It's bow time.
This is Ryan McChrystal, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The technicians at New Blue stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home, and your home deserves the best. And New Blue is ready to help with any electrical, plumbing, and HVAC needs. New Blue also now specializes in crawl space moisture control and encapsulations, along with septic system repairs and installations. Contact them today at callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. And drive a little and save a lot at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They have a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, plus they offer a service to all makes and models in a state-of-the-art facility. Drive a little and save a lot with a short trip to Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Highway 264 in Washington and online at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Oh, brother. Welcome back to Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. Doesn't raise my interest that much, but I guess it's rivalry weekend in baseball. You've got the Windy City rivalry.
Rockies play the Diamondbacks.
Okay, well, let me run through some other ones first.
The Crosstown Series.
You've got the Battle of Ohio, Guardians and Reds. Battle of Pennsylvania, Pirates and Phillies. The Mets and Yankees in the Subway Series. Battle for the Beltway, Nationals and O's.
The Masson Battle.
The Sunshine Showdown, Rays Marlins. The Battle of Missouri. I had to remember where Kansas City was located because it's not Kansas, it's Missouri. Cardinals and Royals. Battle of Texas, Astros Rangers. And then some other games as well. Angels, Dodgers, A's, Giants. So kind of neat that the MLB put these games all in one weekend.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. I'll tell you what else is cool. the Carolina Hurricanes. Literally, because they play on ice. They are cool. And they are advancing to the Eastern Conference Final.
Eastern Conference Final.
Did an emergency chat with Brooks Hill. Brooks said last night, I'm available if you need me. I said, come on in, lace up the skates, and let's talk some hockey. Here's my chat with Brooks on the Canes advancing to the Eastern Conference Final.
The Canes. The Canes keep winning, and that means Brooks Hill keeps joining us on Pirate Radio Live, former Pirate Radio intern, the voice of the Binghamton Black Bears, who celebrated another championship not that long ago, another ring coming Brooks Hill's way. Brooks, how you doing today, man?
Yeah, doing good. It was a very fun weekend up here in upstate New York. Proud to go back to back in the FPHL. And now we're transitioning the front office staff from in-season to off-season. So hours are a little bit more relaxed, not as long work weeks, which everybody's excited about. And, just gearing up. We're already talking about what's coming up in the fall next year.
Well, now it's the off-season. You can focus a little more on your first hockey love, which is the Carolina Hurricanes. And, Brooks, they advanced to the Eastern Conference Final. First things first, got you on the show impromptu yesterday on the phone and asked for some goal scorers. And, man, you Stankoven had an empty net, basically, and a stick prevented the puck from going in. And when that didn't happen, I said, well, it's just not going to be our night, because Stankoven probably makes that one 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 times it gets past that stick. But so he didn't hit there, but the Canes hit. And man, Brooks, it was a great game. I want to go back to the offsides call. As someone who is not as into hockey as you, how common is that? Because if Washington goes up 2-1, who knows what happens in that game, and then who knows what happens in this series. But that was a huge moment where the Hurricanes bench, whoever got in Brendamore's ear, was able to challenge that. It was offsides. What'd they say, like 18, 19 seconds before the goal was scored, so you had to go back a ways. But how common is that? How huge was that for Carolina? How devastating was it for the Caps last night?
So, multi-part question here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's more common than you think that they challenge. Oops, sorry, my phone just went off for a second there. I apologize that live on air. It's more common than you think. Within the last 5 years, coaches challenging has really been a big emphasis in the NHL. Used to, it was only on if it was a goal or no goal. And then they later on added is a play onside or offside. One thing that's different about our league and the NHL is they have a stationary camera on the blue line that doesn't move, like the one behind the net will follow the puck sometimes, where it's only recording the blue line. So if a coach thinks the play is offside, they can challenge it. And letter of the law is, as long as the puck doesn't leave the zone, you can challenge a play for it being offside, even though it was 18 seconds after. People are a little bit forgetting that Nikishkin, making his debut last night, turned the puck over that allowed Washington to get that goal to make it 2-1 at the time. We were watching at our video director's man cave. He's got a big pull-down screen with a projector. It was really awesome. Great hospitality to Josh and his wife for having us over there. And immediately, as soon as they crossed over the line, I yelled, "That's off." 20 seconds go by, they score, and I was like, "It's off, it's coming off, it's coming off."
Wow.
And we saw Brindamore call timeout. So during that timeout, he's allowed to do whatever he wants to do. He can just gather the troops, which I think some people thought they were going to do at the beginning, being like, okay, like, hey, like, let's regain here, let's reset. But realistically, they took that extra 30 seconds and they got in contact with the video coach, who communicates with Jeff Daniels, one of the assistants. So Rod doesn't wear an earpiece or a headset like a college football coach would do. Um, and you can see, Jeff Daniels like talking into his sleeve here at service, and then pushing his ear in to hear it being like, "What do we think? What do we think?" And he's gonna watch it from every angle that he has, and then be like, "Yeah, like go for it, or no, let it be." And they knew right away.
Yeah.
Very quick review once the linesman got over to the tablet. So very big momentum shifter. That was the turning point of the game. And I always say, if you get a goal taken off the board, you're probably going to lose that game.
Especially the way Carolina's defense and Freddie Anderson's playing. In fact, I blame Carolina's defense a little bit for us not hitting the Freddie Anderson over saves bet, because there were at least 2 power plays where the Caps didn't even get a shot off. And you got to give credit to Carolina, a shot on goal anyway.
I know. I was feeling good about that Freddie Anderson number 2. I think he fell like 2.5 short of it. But the way that TNT and like ESPN will change the shot counter just mid game so much, like you really never know until the end of the game that like what the final count of shots on goal is going to be. But Kane's penalty kill, very clinical. I mean, they held the all-time leading NHL goal scorer to 1 goal in the series, and he scored it 5-on-3 off a Jacob Slavin deflection. So, like, they did their job, and the power play doing just fine. Not as hot as what they were in the New Jersey series, but Washington's a better team than New Jersey, so I expected the power play to not be as good, but they did enough. But they're doing really well at 5-on-5, and I think that's where they won this series, is 5-on-5.
Brooks Hill joining us. Brooks, tonight the Florida Panthers look to close out the Maple Leafs, and I think going into round 2, Florida and maybe Dallas were the betting favorites to win the Stanley Cup. Florida gets down 2-0 quick in Toronto, and then, man, they have flexed their muscles since and dominated this series. Do we know when the semis will begin, the Eastern Conference Final will begin? If Florida wins tonight, when do you think it starts? If Florida loses tonight and has to play a Game 7, when do you think it would start?
Yeah, so it's a good question. Funny enough, Hurricanes actually can't announce what days they're playing yet because it would be affected on who the opponent is. Because Carolina finished with more points than Florida in the regular season, but they finished with less than Toronto. So if Toronto was able to come back and win this series, they would be on the road for games 1 and 2 up in Canada, and then back in Raleigh 3, 4, and 6, like if they were scheduled to be against the Capitals. Obviously, if it's Florida, it's the opposite, and game 1's in Raleigh.
So from what I hear, Brooks, like Florida's the better team, but you would get them at home, versus Toronto. Maybe you could have a better shot, but you get them on the road. So kind of I don't know, you can find a positive in any one of those instances if you're a Canes fan.
I'm positive about no matter who they play. So I think Florida plays the exact same style that the Hurricanes play, but the Hurricanes get tabbed with the narrative of they're boring to watch, or, like it's just like, it's just going to fall apart. They're doing the same exact thing that the Florida Panthers are doing, and everybody praises the Panthers. Oh my gosh, they held the Leafs to only 15 shots. Like, can you believe that? Oh, they had a shutout in a game. Well, Freddie Anderson's done the exact same thing. I guess playing suffocating defense is only cool, like, if you're Florida, but
Brooks,
I think the Hurricanes
claws out today. Brooks is angry.
Oh, well, like, I'm kind of tired. I'm tired of the media and broadcasting being very lazy at the national level. Like, I understand the storyline lies with Ovechkin being the new all-time goals leader, but it just feels like, the Caps were hurt, they were tired, they got fatigued, from chasing the goal record. And it's just like, no, like they just lost to a team that's actually better. And the playoffs is all about the team. Like you win playoff series by being the better playing team, not having better players. And that's something that the last time the Hurricanes and Panthers played in the Eastern Conference Final, Florida played great as a team, and the Hurricanes did not. So we'll see if that changes this time around, no matter who they play. Could still be a Toronto. Who knows?
Well, I'm just glad I don't follow the national media because I'm happy today. And I guess there are sensitive Canes fans out there, but screw it. We're going to the Eastern Conference Final. Brooks, we're going to cut it a little short today. Let's reconvene next week when we know our opponent, and we'll do an Eastern Conference Final preview with you. But wanted to get you on today for some instant reaction. Man, Canes look great in that, and last night's game a little different than the ones in Raleigh. Had to kind of gut it out, and got that goal before we had the sudden death overtime. So that was great. And the guy you called out going into the playoffs, I think, even before round one, Andrei Svechnikov has been the goal machine for the Hurricanes here.
Yeah, he's got 8, so he's one behind Mikko Rantanen for the league leading in the playoffs, which is very, very funny. And if the Hurricanes advance, could have some very, very ironic storylines.
Yeah.
Coming up for the big one. I would be back in North Carolina for that. I would never miss it.
Good deal. Brooks, let's do it again next week, man. Thank you for joining us.
There is Brooks Hill, who you'll probably hear more from next week. We'll see if we can get Maniscalco, Minner, the Canes crew back on, fired up for this playoff run.
Eastern Conference Finals appearance once again for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Chon, drop some Chonny stats for us.
The third, this will be the 4th time that the Carolina Hurricanes have made it back to the Eastern Conference Finals since their Stanley Cup championship in 2006. Have not won an Eastern Conference Finals game,
much less a series. Not even a game.
Even a game. Got swept 3 times. In 2009, they got swept by the Penguins. In 2019, they got swept by the Bruins, and then in 2023, got swept by the Florida Panthers,
who we could be seeing again if they get by the Maple Leafs. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour 2. We'll talk some NFL. Logan, start perusing the Panthers schedule. What are your 3 most anticipated? Intriguing games? Jarrett and I will run over ours again for the Commanders and Raiders. We'll ask Tony Dunn, did you participate in this? You weren't here, were you?
I don't think so.
Well, you can pick out your 3 most intriguing games on the schedule this year. We'll talk about that and more. Pirate Radio Live after this.
North Carolina State Parks is celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jockey's Ridge State Park, June 5th through the 8th in Nags Head, North Carolina. Exciting educational activities will take place, including yoga on the dunes, kayak trips, big canoe trips, a sandcastle building contest, and a horseshoe competition. All activities are free to the public. Special events also include a drone show, a concert by the Connells on June 5th, and bubbly toasts at sunset. For tickets and a full schedule, visit Jockey'sRidge50.com.
For pest control that packs a punch, BAM! Call on the experts at BAM Pest Control. Attention Greenville, BAM Pest Control is here to protect what matters most, whether it's your business, your home, or your peace of mind. They don't just eliminate pests, they knock them out. BAM Pest Control is #1 in insect control, rodent control, and yard services like fire ants and mosquitoes. BAM! You're insect-free, safe, and comfortable. Call the experts at BAM Pest Control on Hooker Road in Greenville, 252-751-3160. BAM!
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates.
Overtime's Tavern is officially open in downtown Greenville. Whether you're craving a cold drink, hot meal, or just a place to unwind with friends in a laid-back atmosphere, we've got you covered. Join us daily from 11 a.m. to midnight every day, or stick around for our late-night hours on the weekends. Follow Overtime Tavern on Facebook or Instagram for daily specials and events, including live music. OT's is right across from the Sheets on Charles Boulevard in downtown Greenville. Overtime's Tavern, where every hour feels like overtime.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, hour number 2. Coming up this hour, you will hear from Brian North, and in just a moment, Tony Dunn will join us to talk some Panthers football, schedule release. I guess that's really all that went on this week.
There's interesting Caleb Williams stuff out right now I'd like to discuss.
Regarding him
not wanting to go to the Bears, and an option was he was looking to sign with the UFL.
I saw that. Also, did you see... I saw a headline. I didn't click on it, read the story. But it said, like, he asked for help watching film, and nobody would do it with him, like the coaches or something.
For the Bears?
The Bears, yeah.
Eberflus and Waldron.
He could take off with his new coordinator.
Yeah, I still don't even get, like, trying to go another year with rookie Caleb Williams with those guys, but...
When does the Brett Favre Untold come out? I keep seeing soon. When is this thing?
It's got to be June, July.
June, July. Well, they keep promoting it. I think it's this month. Let's see. May 20th. All right, so we got 4 days to wait for that. We have 4 seconds to wait to hear from Tony. Hey, Tony.
What's up, Clip?
Boom, nailed that. C3 podcast schedule release this week. All right, Tony, peruse the Panthers schedule for a moment, because I'm going to ask you, Logan, and Chandler your 3 most intriguing matchups this season. Jared and I gave ours for the Commanders and the Raiders yesterday. Jared, I remember mine. Do you remember yours off the top of your head? All right, what were your 3 in descending order?
Number 3, Thursday night against the Broncos. Number 2, week 3 against the Commanders. And number 1, Monday night in Vegas against the Dallas Cowboys.
Mine were Monday night against the Broncos, kind of Sunday night against the Broncos, kind of middle end of the season. Our mid-year matchup at Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Wait, that was my number 1.
Yeah.
Because number 2,
Lions.
This could be either, this is a 1A, 1B situation. The Lions rematch, 425, so national game on Fox at home. And all that just reminds me, our schedule is nothing like it was last year. We do not have a lot of gimmies. And no offense, Jared, we have some must-win games, the Raiders being one of those.
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of playoff teams on that schedule. So, Tony, are you ready with your 3?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, name them all.
Ready. I mean, obviously, number 1 is going to be Monday Night Football. The Panthers did not have a primetime game last year. Week 12, they played the San Francisco 49ers. Good game, right? That's also an away game. Tough team, but, the 49ers, had a little dip last year, and, you continue to get those overlapping storylines with Christian McCaffrey. So, number 1, week 12, San Francisco. I think I like Buffalo. It's kind of a coin flip between Buffalo and Dallas for me, right? Is Dallas home game going to be taken over? Again, a team that suffered a dip last year, but has a fan base that thinks they're always going to win the Super Bowl every single year. And where they're convinced now they're going to win the Super Bowl, by week 3, they're convinced they're going to fire their coach. So I think Buffalo, though, is the toughest team on the schedule all season. That's week 8. And final one would be December 21st. Home game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the team that you have to take down. This week 16 is going to be, the division is going to be coming down to the wire. The Panthers hopefully are making a push to win the division. And also Canales, former offensive coordinator there. And now we go and get Ted McMillan, who is trying to be compared to Mike Evans by some people. So a lot of overlap there as well.
All right, Chandler, what are your 3, and do they overlap with Tony's games?
My first one is week 1. It just being the week 1 game and ready for a football season. But you're playing Travis Hunter, so you got Travis Hunter versus J.C. Horn, and then Ted McMillan versus Travis Hunter on the other side.
We talked to young Joey yesterday. He said Horn is going to lock up Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
But anyway.
All right. So just the matchup there between, 2 different matchups with
one player.
With one player. I'm going to go, Tony said this one, the Monday night game against San Francisco. Just excited to have another primetime game. First time in 2 years. Like Tony said, didn't have one last year. And then, of course, Christian McCaffrey facing him for the first time since he's left Carolina. And then I'll go Josh Allen and the Bills coming to town, and I'll be excited about that.
By the way, guys, you can bet on the Panthers week 1 if you like them. You can get them plus 3.5 right now on the road. Week 1 lines are available and out there. Logan, how about your 3?
I'll switch it up a little bit. I do like that week 1 and the Monday night game, but I was gonna say those late season games with the flexible schedule, because let's say the Panthers are good. Those might be entertaining. They might be pushing for the playoffs. Let's say that's going to happen. It might not happen. So against the Seahawks and the Bucks.
Yeah, good point. I didn't think about that.
But last year when they weren't that good and they kind of put things together towards the end of the year, I have a feeling this season will probably be the same, where we're not that great, but we put things together towards the end of the season. So those were the most entertaining games for me personally last year. So,
Logan, do you know the 3 teams with no primetime games this year? Can you name them?
Earlier, it was like the Saints.
Saints are one.
I don't remember the other 2.
Browns, Titans.
Browns, Titans. That's the list, Tony. So you're not on that list. That's a bad list to be on.
That's the truth. Also, I missed Week 18 because they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers twice in the final 3 weeks. Week 16's at home. January, last game of season, Week 18, to be determined time slot, though.
You need to win that Week 16 to maybe make the Week 18 game important. We were talking about the South, so last year I think I said take the Bucks because the Falcons were the betting favorite in the South.
Yeah.
So this year it's going to be the Bucks as the favorite, and on paper I get why. All of a sudden they've developed a room full of weapons for Baker offensively. I really like Bucky. I like their receiving core.
Chris Godwin, they got a receiver in the draft this year.
Ibuka.
And they already had a good rookie last year.
Yeah.
McMillan?
Yeah. I mean, they've got tons of weapons there. But I think we're taking the Saints out of the equation. What are the Falcons going to be? Is Penix the guy week 1? Or
they're going to be your typical NFC South team.
Around 500?
8-9 wins.
So. Is that what you think, Tony? What do you think when you see the Falcons on paper right now?
I think there's a lot of questions going into the season, just like the Panthers. They remind me a lot of the Panthers last year. And that you have a quarterback who was a rookie. I mean, he didn't play all games his rookie year. He showed a little flash and promise at times. In that one game, I think, against the Panthers, he put up a lot of yards. But they have a defense that's being revamped entirely. They went and got 2 double dip in the first round at defensive end. And their defense somehow, while the Carolina Panthers had a historically bad defense, somehow had less sacks than the Carolina Panthers. So I could see in a sense that you're excited if you're the Falcons about taking a step forward, much like the Carolina Panthers we were last year, and then running into some difficult times in adversity because you don't have a defense and you're putting a lot of pressure on ultimately a rookie quarterback in many ways. So I don't see the Falcons being I wouldn't bet on them to be 8 games. I think that you're probably looking in the 4 to 6 range, much like the Panthers we were thinking last year. So hopefully the Panthers are taking that next leap that we kind of were a little bit ahead of the curve on as fans last year.
Tony Dunn joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. I'll go around the horn. What is your favorite time slot to play in as an NFL fan? Thursday night, Sunday. I'll throw the late Saturday games in there, like late season Saturday games. So Thursday night, Saturday, Sunday at 1, Sunday at 4, Sunday night football, Monday night football. What is your favorite time slot as a fan?
Well, when I went to Vegas for that Raiders-Chiefs game, it was a Saturday game, Week 18. I like that a lot. It's probably my favorite, but, I mean, that doesn't really happen a lot, so I'll go Sunday night.
I, too, am saying Sunday night. And my reasoning is I can watch stress-free football all day Sunday.
There's something great about waiting all day for Sunday night.
Yeah, it's like it should make a song about it.
Yeah.
But the fact that I can watch other teams screw up and laugh and not have to worry about mine for like 8 hours is awesome. Chandler?
I actually don't mind the 4:30. Kind of sitting around with my buddies watching their games at 1.
You just get a good nap in?
Yeah. But watching the games with them, enjoying football and thinking, oh, I get to watch football in the 4 o'clock and it's going to be my team. Mm-hmm. So I kind of like...
You kind of realize that like third quarter of the 1 o'clock games?
You're like, man, these games are good. I hate that they're ending. But my team's about to play at 4.
Wait, there's more.
And if the Panthers are in that 4:25 slot, that means they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've had, even though we've been bad, we've had some 4:30 slots. Last year, I feel like we had a handful.
I think it was against the Bucks.
Yeah,
because I remember Chuba's fumble and it being like 8:30, about to leave the Buck.
Right.
Logan, Logan, what's your favorite time slot?
It's not like a regular time slot. I love those Thanksgiving games, like from like 12 o'clock into the nighttime, that's like my favorite day. But
So the Panthers killed the Cowboys. Is that their only Thanksgiving game? Have y'all had a night one?
No, we haven't. That's the only one.
Yeah. Were you going to say something else, Logan?
I was going to say Sunday night, too.
Tony, how about you? Well, you do a post-game show. So does that factor into your decision?
Yeah, totally. It's Sunday, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And as a podcaster, as the post game show is any night game. Anything it's 1 o'clock and then the 4 o'clock slot I can handle. After that, it's just miserable to stay up and talk about whatever game it is till 2 o'clock in the morning. It feels like I do like the 1 o'clock game too. It's just a fan that potentially could go to the game, because when I generally go to the games, I stay on Saturday night after work on Monday. We'll go to the game and then drive home on Sunday night. And then you're not still getting home till midnight almost at that time anyway. So it's 1 o'clock for me. 4 o'clock is the number 2. And, I'm over, maybe I'm just getting old. The late games, you got to work the next day a lot of times. Even if you're not doing the podcast, it's late at night. Like prime time to me is a kind of a old concept because we can watch every game anyway.
All right, interesting take. Tony's answering that kind of like I would answer my favorite ECU football time.
I was thinking about
Noon.
that.
Give me nooners.
Tony, here's one that we haven't really thought about. This might be an honorable mention for me, but for you, how about the 9:30 overseas games?
Oh yeah,
you're done with your post game show by halftime of the 1 o'clock games.
I agree. It's weird eating eggs and watching football to me. I don't know how people on the West Coast do it, and for some reason. Now, we haven't had those early games very much, right? So,
right.
I always feel like whenever there's a team playing overseas and it's not the Panthers in a matchup that I like, I always oversleep and forget about it.
I do remember last year beating the Giants in Germany and having that feeling of after a win and then being able to watch football all day was really fun.
That's not terrible. In fact, I was going to say Thursday night isn't terrible if you win. To go ahead and get that win out of the way, and then you get to watch football all weekend.
Even if you lose, though, you still have
You're over it.
You have 2-day buffer.
Yeah, that's true. So Thursday's not terrible. Just the fact that your team doesn't look the best on Thursday nights.
And Tony bringing up that prime time is just too late. Raiders Chargers week 2 Monday night is at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so they're doing the doubleheader week 2, and they staggered the start times in the past where it'd be
7:30, 8:30.
A 30-minute window,
something like that. And this year they're going one game and then another one kicks off. I kind of like the two
NBA
going on at once. So anyway, anything, Tony? Anything else?
Yeah, underrated underrated time slot is the bye week.
Yes.
One, because the Panthers have stunk for so long. 2, the bye week helps you get better. And 3, you get to either watch other football and not have emotions in it, or you get to actually spend time with your family.
Speaking of the bye, Tony, what do you think about having a bye all up till week 14?
It's like the worst. It's the only thing worse is having the bye in week the first week you can have.
Yeah, week 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Commanders had that last year and late in the year and somehow survived it. But, yeah, that was bothering me all season long.
Raiders got the sweet spot this year at week 8.
Yeah. Y'all got any morning games this year? Panthers?
I don't think so.
Raiders?
No.
We got stupid Madrid against the Dolphins.
And week 11, I don't remember them doing international games that late in the season.
I hate it. Can't stand it. Tony, check out the Friday Free For All Tonight C3 podcast every Tuesday. Anything else you need to plug?
No, that's it, man.
All right. Well, we'll catch up with you not next Friday. We will not be here. We'll have a best of. So we'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. There is Tony Dunn, C3 podcast, joining us. Logan, did the schedule release excite you at all as a football fan, or was it just another day on the calendar?
Yeah, really just another day on the calendar. I mean, I have no hope for this season, really.
Oh, wow.
Or I have hope, but it's not I feel like I've always had hope for the past few seasons, and this season I'm just Well, if we're good, we're good. If we're not good, we're not good.
I like that mindset.
Yeah, being hopeless
low expectations
is a goal of mine.
Because old John here, I know you're going to have a lot of hope going into this year.
I am.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the way
you are.
The way they ended last season, you're thinking they can carry that momentum
For sure. I mean,
to have a hot start.
Especially the way that Bryce played and ending the season off with a win, and then adding another weapon for him. Obviously, the question is this defense, but we'll see. I'm just excited that we got some weapons and hopefully can have some offensive power on the offensive side of the ball.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. Brian North joins us as we roll on a busy Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Got a question, ECU baseball question in the chat. Do we want Charlotte to sweep Tulane and ECU to sweep USF and get a 4 seed and possibly have to face off against UTSA, or stay with the 6 and opposite of UTSA?
I just don't want the 9 in the morning game.
If you're the 4-5 matchup, you play Tuesday at 9 a.m. That's a very good point. I will say I do not care.
I don't think it affects us either way. If we're winning it, we're going to win it. I mean,
yeah. Would you rather play at 9 a.m. or 8 p.m. if you're the Pirates? You'd really rather have anything in the middle of that, right?
Yeah. I guess if you're playing, you'd rather get it out of the way early so you're not sitting around all day.
Is there any way we can get 2 or 7? But if not, we'll be playing early or late. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, after this.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
Stella Artois is a world-renowned Belgian beer with over 650 years of brewing heritage. Stella's rich, full flavor and smooth finish is perfect for making moments worth more. Stella's non-alcohol option, Stella 0.0, offers the same iconic taste without the alcohol, ideal for those looking to enjoy Stella anytime. Stella, whether celebrating big or small, Stella is the perfect choice for elevating the everyday. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children. Children's Health Services, Arlington Boulevard, Greenville, or soon to be our second location on 10th Street. Go Pirates!
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird for my friends at Shimmer Boutique. New spring arrivals are here from all your favorite brands like Kinder Scott, Yeti, Local Boy, Pimp Shrimp, Simply Southern, and a lot more. Shop now at shimmerboutiqueonline.com and receive free shipping on all orders over $100. And don't forget, Shimmer is your place to get your very own Parker Bird shirt, available in youth and adult sizes. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, Jacksonville, and shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
At East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Greenville, we've decided to give you the maximum amount of savings we can this summer. It's Employee Pricing Plus. You pay the exact same thing as a factory employee. There has truly never been a better time to buy. Come check out the Ram 1500 at East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep and get savings up to $12,000 with Employee Pricing Plus on Motor Trend's Truck of the Year. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep still has 2024 Ram Heavy Duties in stock. Save up to $15,000 with Employee Pricing Plus on the longest-lasting heavy-duty work trucks in the market. A 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee is now $8,000 off with Employee Pricing Plus, and save up to $5,000 on a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler.
East Carolina Chrysler Jeep, across from the Cockerell in Greenville. Come see us!
Offers do not include tax, title, and $8.99 admin fee. See dealer for details.
Craving a delicious burger and a great deal? Then head on over to Bad Daddy's Burger Bar in Greenville. Every Monday, shake things up with $5 hand-shaking cocktails. On Rough Draft Tuesday, enjoy Talls for Smalls, where bigger drinks are the same price as the smalls. It's Whiny Wednesday with $3 pours of barefoot wine. Then on Salty Thursdays, sip on a $4 house margarita. And don't miss Bloody Sunday. Enjoy brunch and $5 house Bloody Marys.
And this just in at Bad Daddy's, mention Pirate Radio for 15% off your meal.
Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. Great food, amazing deals, and a whole lot of flavor.
Pirate Radio.
You know, for having such a bleak outlook on pirates, you're well on your way to becoming one.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where all the locals go for Mexican food and fun. Grab your Migos and head to Chico's for the Gulf of Mexico every Tuesday. A huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $8.99. On Wednesdays, all Mexican imports are only $2.99, and on Thursdays is half-price house margaritas. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right. Coming up hour 3, Morgan Ahlers will join us for his weekly chat, and J-Bone goes one-on-one with Patrick Saunders from the Denver Post. Talks about Zach Agnos with the Rockies, Nuggets still in their series, and more coming up later on. But right now, we'll head back out to the Pirate Radio Live line and talk to Brian North, WCTI 12. Get us ready for the sports weekend. North, how you doing?
Doing well, Clipper, and if you don't want to do sports, you can always come to the Ernle Townwide Yard Sale and find yourself some really good treasures and the treasure hunt that you can only find in northern Craven County.
Okay, I'm sorry. Say that one more. Where is this at? Where are we talking?
Ernle.
Okay, all right.
Let me explain something to you. Now, you remember Wes Craven's great running back that made you like a Notre Dame fan when you were younger.
Lee Becton.
Lee Becton is from Ernle, the S-curve in Ernle. And so the fine folks of Ernle have decided to, at least 5 houses, have decided to have a big old yard sale. So maybe you can find some Lee Becton stuff. Ernle Townwide Yard Sale.
All right. We'll be checking that out. North, I want to start with NASCAR today because this one's been making the rounds, and I don't know the full backstory behind it, but Dustin Lineback is in a video, former East Carolina linebacker, now with RFK Racing as part of that pit crew, and you got All-Star Weekend coming up. And so the story is the number 6 will be purple and gold coming up this weekend. Pretty looking car. And it says prior to his passing, Danny Allor, A-L-L-O-R II, owner of Solomon Plumbing, made the decision to run the colors of East Carolina for the All-Star race. And so this is a tribute. This is also making Dustin Lineback, who's on the team, very proud. He had a really cool video, and we put that out on our social media pages. But there will be a purple and gold car running at the All-Star race this weekend. Have you seen this yet, Brian?
I have not. You're breaking news to me. Now, I know you car like once a year on one of the circuits back several years ago, but this is really cool.
Yeah. So check that out. Solomon Plumbing, the number 6 Ford. And again, check out the video with Dustin Lineback. He talks about how proud he is of his East Carolina heritage, and even did a double Wolfpack signs down in the video. So that's great too. So, you always got to get one of those in if you can. But All-Star race coming up, North Wilkesboro, right, Brian?
Yeah, North Wilkesboro. You know, the track that was resurrected. It had become the subject of many of those lost and forgotten videos where trees were growing up through the track, and and they rescued it a couple years ago, and this is the second year they'll have the All-Star Rick there. And they found an old still, they think, under one of the stands sometime last year, or the entrance to an old still or something. So definitely was the heart of when NASCAR began on its moonshining roots. And it was sad to me when they left North Wilkesboro in the 90s to go chase bigger tracks. And so I like the fact that they've at least incorporated it in the All-Star weekend at least for 2 years now, and kind of given it life again to an area that could really use the economic boost.
And you'll have the 600 coming up next week in Charlotte. Brian, no Canes hockey this weekend because they closed out the Washington Capitals last night and advanced to the Eastern Conference Final. It'll be Toronto or Florida as their opponent. And I've seen where Florida is kind of one of the betting favorites to win. So I was a little surprised when Brooks Hill joined us, our Caniac, and told us that if Florida does beat Toronto tonight or in Game 7, the Hurricanes will host the Panthers. So that is huge. They'll have home ice advantage, and they haven't lost at home in these playoffs. They've looked really good and closed out the Capitals last night, Brian.
Yeah, I thought that was impressive. I thought Washington would give them more of a series, and the games were competitive, but I thought Washington would at least force a Game 6. But give this Canes team credit now. They've got a lot of the right ingredients, and goaltending and staying healthy are two of those big things. But Ovechkin with the big goal last night, and as he continues to grow and mature, and if he gets on one of those hot streaks, look out. A hot goaltender and a hot goal scorer, that can win you a Stanley Cup in a hurry.
Gonna get some redneck hockey in the Eastern Conference Final. I know the traditionalists don't want to see a Florida-Carolina Eastern Conference Final, but you do have Winnipeg, I guess, left in this thing, and Edmonton as well. So an opportunity. Of course, if Winnipeg wins, you will have a Canadian representative in the Stanley Cup Final, which again, no Canadian team has won since 1993, the Montreal Canadiens. So Brian, it could be Florida or Carolina versus Canada here in this thing,
and that would be cool. Look, I'm all about everybody getting a chance, but hockey needs to be successful in Canada, right? That's where most of the players come from. It's still the root of the sport, and I was kind of hoping the Maple Leafs, and they still can. I would love to see the Maple Leafs advance, because that place would lose their mind. They haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967, I think it is.
Man.
They've had so many missteps in their organization. Think of like the modern day, the NFL equivalent of the Cowboys, the NHL equivalent of the Cowboys, with all the passion that's there and the fact they have not come close to winning in quite a long time. So Toronto longer than Dallas is. So maybe they can still come back, but it's always good when Canada has some representation at least once every couple of years.
I agree, Brian, and I wish Chandler was here, because it was maybe a week ago today where he said he heard the phrase, the fill in the blank is better when fill in the blank is good. And he said, what does that mean? Who cares? Well, why do they have to be good for football or hockey or whatever to be good? And I kind of explained it to him and used some examples. And I think an NFL example unbiasedly would be Washington, just because of the history with the team. And I think the NFL's better when the Redskins or Commanders are better. And I'll say the same for Jarrett's Raiders. I think it's cool when they're good. From a basketball standpoint, I think you could throw the Knicks in there just because of the Garden, and which is why I've been a little bit intrigued in their series with the Celtics. So I think some sports, and I gave him some college football examples, Brian, which it's different now, but I still feel like if Nebraska was good or something, or maybe Notre Dame, maybe USC, something like that, it just makes the whole thing a little more interesting. I don't know if it's nostalgia or just history, but I think you know what I'm getting at.
Well, and the struggle is real too, right? You teams and programs that were once great going through the struggle. It's like with the Yankees, that when they struggled, they were the cream of the crop in Major League Baseball for so long. Then they struggled, and then they were able to get back and had that little run. And so I just think teams that are proud franchises and they know what it used to be like, maybe take it for granted. So when they go through that struggle and finally get back to the mountaintop again, it makes it all that much more special and recreates, or maybe even takes it to another level, that emotional fan base. And I was talking with Ariel Epstein just the other day about it, because it's a different feel in Manhattan right now. when the Knicks are doing so well. It's just there's an energy just on the street. Look, the Knicks have had long struggles, haven't won a title since the early 70s. And so every now and then, I'm not saying they need to be dominating the sport year in and year out,
right?
But it's nice when they come around every now and then to make a run.
I used the basketball example, too, in college. I think St. John's was a good story last year because of that. And not just them, but like any old Big East, like Georgetown, just seeing them dominant again for a year would be cool. You know what I'm saying? Just the kind of brings back some memories, I guess.
And I'll tell you what it does, too, Clipper. It helps us go back in history and learn a little history. And sometimes I think we're so caught in the now. It's always good to go back and embrace history a little bit and learn from the past.
Brian North joining us. Pirate Radio Live Line will be following Stanley Cup, NBA playoffs. We hit NASCAR, also East Carolina baseball, Brian. And I'm more interested in ECU baseball when they're winning, and they have won 2 in a row against the best 2 teams in the conference. UTSA got 1 against them, beat South Florida last night, and playing out the final games of the regular season. Then it's all about what can you do in Clearwater. And I talked to Danny Beal yesterday. He was never up against the wall. He said that they went to Clearwater needing to win to get a 1 seed, so playing with a little bit of pressure, but nothing like, hey, if you don't win, you're done until next February. So kind of a different feeling, different pressure for Cliff Godwin and this team next week.
It's been years, right, since they've had the scenario where they don't win the tournament, then they don't go to the postseason. So the playoffs have already started. Maybe not this time. They're playing for seeding now, but no, it's the postseason definitely starts next week. It's 2 and done in the tournament, but no, definitely a different added pressure, but maybe also an added looseness that goes with it when there's no expectation. So maybe the team can find a way to. It's got talent. Find a way to channel and get on one of those hot streaks that could make it a dangerous team in a postseason tournament.
Last time they were in this situation, Brian, they ran through the tournament, and then that was, I think, the point in time where I started being and moaning about it's double elimination. Why is the championship single elimination? Because the Pirates had not lost until they lost in that championship game against Houston. And honestly, the pitching was worn out at that point. And if they played again, probably would have lost again. But I didn't like the format then. I'm a little cooler with it now. But Pirates trying to do what they did in 2017 and get back to that conference championship.
Yeah, and look, I think this weekend you get some momentum built, get your rotation set up. Find out guys who are hot at the plate and can get some stuff done. So I'm keeping a close eye on them this weekend to kind of see who's kind of getting into that tournament shape, tournament ready to play and put it on the line. You know, Cliff will be ready for it. So, but I am keeping a close eye on this South Florida tournament, South Florida series, even though it may not be for a number 1 seed. It is for seeding, and I'm just curious how they're playing in their mindset, or if they've already thought about where they're going to play for this summer.
Brian North joining us. Brian, we tend to talk about old names here on our chats on Friday, and we brought up Brian Taylor recently, and I talked about him with you on this show and also a fellow card collector a couple weeks ago. And just this week, there was a story, I guess, Carteret County News-Times on Brian Taylor. And I think you even said that he's kind of been away from the spotlight and kind of embarrassed about his story. And I guess just this week, somebody caught up with him. And this is Zach Nally and J.J. Smith from the Carteret County News-Times. And I had a chance to catch up with Brian Taylor, but I found that interesting that we brought up his name, and now we hear from him kind of for the first time in 30 years almost.
I was so mad. J.J. Smith is a good friend of mine, and Zach Nally too, and they've done this Paperboy while, and J.J. said it's a long time in the making. They've been trying to get him in. And there's something about when you get into your 50s, Cliff, that you have a little bit different perspective in your life, and maybe this recent car crash spurred him a little bit more. But, yeah, Brian Taylor sat down with them in studio, and I'm telling you, I don't know the last time he has done any kind of media interview. So it's fascinating to listen to it. But, yeah, I immediately texted JJ. I go, you son of a gun. I just been talking about how he was kind of like my my ultimate interview at this point in my life, and he went and got it. But congratulations to him for that. And maybe this will open it up where maybe we can talk with Brian too, if he feels comfortable with the way it went off. But it is a fascinating story, and life gives you perspective. And now in his 50s, he has a much different perspective of what happened throughout his lifetime.
Yeah, good stuff there. Brian North joining us, Pirate Radio Live line North. Good stuff, buddy. Have a good weekend, and hope you find some good stuff at the yard sale. Give me a Lee Begton,
Involving a pirate. You ready for this?
Oh, yeah. What you got?
All right. You are into culinary stuff now. There's a show on Fox called Master Chef.
Yeah.
There is a pirate named Trey Vance getting ready to appear on Master Chef next week.
Okay. I watch Master Chef. So this is somebody that graduated from East Carolina?
Yeah, graduated from ECU. Yep. And now he lives in Charlotte, but he's partnering up with a guy who lives in New Bern who's got an incredible story himself. But this is, since you know about Master Chef, this is the partner show. And so they're teaming up. They knew each other from back in the Greenville days when Trey was a student, and this guy was an EMT. He's still an EMT for the ECU Marching Pirates when they play on Saturdays in the fall. So a lot of local ties to this, but look out for a guy named Trey Vance on Master Chef.
Okay. If you have some contact info, I'd love to track this guy down, but we'll talk about that off the air.
We might be able to hook you up.
All right, good deal. We'll be watching some Master Chef. Hey, I love a rooting interest in those competitive cooking shows, and now I got one, so thank you. Brian, we'll talk to you next week, man.
Sounds good, Clipper.
Brian North joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. We take a break, come back, roll on, more to go. Got a score on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
The Cubbies on top of the White Sox 8-3 as they play in the 7th inning.
What happened? I thought
What happened?
I thought the White Sox were up.
Well, starting pitcher got off to a pretty good start, and then the second inning, he just crapped down his leg.
He wasn't good?
Yeah. That's baseball for you, man.
That happens.
You pretty much
Sometimes I start off the show good, and then then I'm not good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I start off bad, and then I'm good.
That's the business they call show.
If you took the over at 11.5, you are happy because 2 more Cubs runs come across, and it is 10-3. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live after this.
The crack of the bat. The roar of the crowd. Baseball is back in Kinston. Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs.
What's the Down East Bird Dogs pay?
The crack of the bat. The roar of the crowd. Baseball is back in Kinston. Come cheer on your Down East Bird Dogs.
What's the Down East Bird Dogs pay?
Homeowners can face many challenges throughout this season, but our newest New Blue star, Dixon Williams, is here to slide in and save the day. Have a clog that's hitting a foul ball and nothing seems to be getting through? Dixon's fixing to get you flowing again. Feeling like your HVAC's in a slump? Dixon's sliding in to get your comfort back on track. Are swinging blind in a power outage? Dixon is delivering a power boost. So when problems arise, turn home strikeouts into home runs with New Blue, electric, plumbing, and air.
I'm Morgan Ahlers here with Brian Cook. He's the comptroller with Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World. When you're looking for a vehicle, say if I wanted a new truck in a specific brand, you have the capability of searching the entire country for that vehicle.
Right, we do. We can find anything you want. We take pride in it. A lot of friends come to me and get me to look for the next vehicle they want, and I take pride in buying it just like I was buying it for myself.
Greenville Motor Company and the new Greenville Auto World. We will earn your trust and business one vehicle at a time. Go online at driveherenow.com.
North Carolina State Parks is celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jockeys Ridge State Park June 5th through the 8th in Nags Head, North Carolina. Exciting educational activities will take place, including yoga on the dunes, kayak trips, big canoe trips, a sandcastle building contest, and a horseshoe competition. All activities are free to the public. Special events also include a drone show, a concert Dessert by the Connells on June 5th and Bubbly Toast at sunset. For tickets and a full schedule, visit jockeysridge50.com.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
You love U.S. Cellular Home Internet. It lets you do all your favorite things because it's fast, reliable, and affordable.
Switch to U.S. Cellular today and do the things you love with internet you love. Just pay $39.99 a month when you bundle with a wireless plan. And if you don't love it, you have 15 days to let us know. Built for us. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Looking for your new favorite hangout? Come on down to Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room in downtown Greenville, where the drinks are cold, the food is fire, and the fun never stops. Check us out every night at 7 for our special events. Tuesday night is Singo, Wednesday Hollywood Trivia, Thursday's Kahoot Night, and Fridays is Tunes and Taps starting at 7 p.m. Don't miss Yappy Hour, Thursday through Saturday, 4 to 7, where we serve up half-priced apps from the toolbox. Make sure to check out our new menu, featuring the taco wrap, North Carolina Cowboy flatbread, and Buffalo loaded chips. Check out our Facebook page for more information. Fish Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room, where good times are always on tap.
It's not the amount of power. Ooh! It's the size of our tower. Pirate Radio. We are the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The 42nd Annual Washington Summer Festival is back on June 13th and 14th on the beautiful Washington waterfront. Enjoy live music by Craig Willard and the Embers, incredible food, local craft vendors, and a fireworks show. It's the summer kickoff you don't want to miss. For more information, visit the Summer Festival on Facebook. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Watching Santana Moss highlights.
Courtesy of me.
Thank you, Chandler. I think he's got a bomb coming up, and then the one from Patrick Ramsey is crazy because Brunel got hurt. Ramsey had to come in, threw kind of a weird pass behind Santana, and then the idiot giant fell down. Here's the bomb. We've got Morgan Ahlers joining us. We've got Patrick Saunders from the Denver Post joining us a little bit later on as well. Pirate baseball tonight getting underway at 6 o'clock.
Oh, dang. I think it's 6:30.
It's 6:30.
Since when?
Yesterday was since about 6:30.
Yesterday? Earlier this week? 6:30 last night, 6:30 tonight, 2 o'clock Saturday.
How about the pitching yesterday, man?
Why are we putting 30s on this thing?
I don't know. Ask Fitty.
What's up with them 30s?
Them 30s.
6:30 tonight, 2 o'clock. Why not 2:30 tomorrow? Hell.
The Commanders.
What did you say there?
How about the pitching yesterday?
Man,
how about it?
Awesome.
Got a little start from Lance.
Got Diesel in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Thought we were going to do a shut 'em out, but Pirates go Lance Williams, 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 3 Ks. Big stat, 1 walk. Brad Pruitt, 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 5 Ks, 1 walk. Ethan Young, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 5 Ks, no walks.
Man.
13 Ks to 2 walks.
Guy was throwing gas, some would say, for old Diesel. All right.
I love no selling comments because the silence is so loud.
It's deafening.
It is in your ears. It's the loudest thing. We're looking forward to Pirates in South Florida tonight. Can we get a repeat? Do we get Norby tonight, or does he?
Ooh, good question.
Not start this weekend.
Who said yesterday? Was it you? Just a floating Norby, or was it you?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't me.
I'm promoting the floating Norby theory. Just he's ready every game.
Yeah. Put him in.
I want it to be like you don't know. I mean, lights go out, and then bang, lights
Do we
come
have
on.
Or do you save them for Tuesday?
Do we have to announce a starter?
Yeah, probably.
Can we just throw him out there?
Kind of like, well, you used to have to give a injury report for football. Now you don't.
Yeah. Be cool if you did.
I could watch Santana Moss roasting the Cowboys literally all day.
My goodness, what a beatdown.
I like this little dance he does here. Oh, man, they didn't show it.
Who's Collins?
Todd Collins came in for the injured Jason Campbell and started a playoff game for us. Oh, speaking of Jason Campbell, he throws a nice bomb here to Tanneman to open up the year with a win over the Saints. Man, I love football.
I
can't wait. It's starting to feel real. And
Jason Campbell with a swinging celebration, like a home run.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Jason Campbell had the slowest windup for any quarterback in NFL history.
It's crazy to think like he's probably top 3 Raider quarterback of my lifetime.
How much did he play for the Raiders?
Probably like a season.
Yeah. I liked him, man. He was a great guy. He every time I think about him, he had like how many ever different coordinators at Auburn and then different coordinators in Washington. Like and it's probably an excuse.
Yeah.
Like if you're a good quarterback, you can get over all that stuff. But I don't know. I wanted him to be good. He wasn't.
Y'all the same age.
Oh, man. That's my man. When was he born?
Man, he was born on New Year's Eve, 1981.
That man born on New Year's Eve. He's about 2 months younger than I. Chandler, I guess if you could watch one receiver's highlights the rest of your life, it would also be 89. Steve Smith.
Who Santana reminds me of a lot.
Yeah. Steve Smith, tougher.
Not the biggest guys.
Santana, faster.
Yeah.
But similar in stature.
For sure.
Jared, you would watch what?
Raiders, Michael Crabtree.
Really?
Yeah.
How long did he play there?
2 or 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't. If somebody from my lifetime, it'd be Crabtree. But I mean, obviously, go back watch Tim Brown, Jerry Rice.
A sorry receiver like Crabtree.
Yeah, Cliff Branch.
Yeah, unfortunately for you, you'd have to go back in the history books to watch good.
Things are turning around.
Yeah. Jamie's telling me to lock in. It's hard when they got Santana Moss highlights going. What do we got here, Chandler?
I don't know.
Oh, a little Terry. Oh, Terry.
Terry. Stop it, Terry.
I don't want to watch football highlights because it makes me want to watch football. And we've got so long to go. Let's do our 3 most intriguing ECU games before we take a break for this football season.
Number 1, kind of easy. BYU could be coming in here as a top 10 team.
Top 10. I'm going to go with NC State, the back on Thursday night. Prime time to kick off the season.
That's a good one. We got Memphis at home this year.
Memphis and ECU only play classics.
Man, the last game, that 4 overtime game was amazing. I remember watching it. We went to the game.
We were at the game.
We went to the freaking game, and we left thinking, oh man, we better get back in time. It was another hour and a half of that game.
I remember leaving that game early, like I just can't sit here anymore. Going to watch it at Dan's, and that place erupted.
So, John, you went to San Antonio 2 years ago, right?
Sure did.
I don't know why I like the UTSA matchup and playing in the Alamo Dome. Like I like that game for some
I hope
reason.
it's a lot more competitive than last time.
I think it will be.
Yeah.
I think it should be.
I mean, hell, that was probably our best offensive game that season.
True. Very true. My top 3 in order. I'm trying to find number 3. I'll go Memphis just because it's always a fun game.
Yeah.
Number 2, BYU. Number 1 at NC State, just because it's the season opener.
Yeah.
And it can determine. Like, if you lose that game, you still got a ton to play for, obviously. I'm not saying that, but I want to win a national championship.
Yeah.
And the way to do that is to beat NC State. If you lose that game, the Pirates are eliminated from the college football playoff.
Yeah.
I want to get in the college football playoff.
I think we got a shot at the conference championship.
Right. That's my secondary goal.
Yeah.
My first goal is to be Boise State from last year in the college football playoff, because somebody's getting in there. It could be us.
But we play.
It could be you, but you playing. It could be Tulane. It could be any of these teams on our schedule. It could be Boise. It could be Fresno. It could be fill in the blank. One of those teams is getting in. Can we get in? Why not us?
Why not us? It could happen.
And for that to happen, we got to beat State on August the 28th.
All right.
That move, man.
104 days, by the way, on the David Price construction countdown to kickoff.
Jamie says, curious to see how good Army is this year with the new quarterback. Yeah, I was going to put that on the list, but I don't like playing those teams.
Yeah. That's here, right?
Yep. Neither here nor there, but it is here. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Morgan Ahlers will join us on the Pirate Radio Live line. We got Patrick Saunders one-on-one with Jared Watkins in Hour 3. Fleet Feet Rundown, all ahead. Pirate Radio Live as we watch Brock Bowers highlights. Back with you after this.
Roberto here with Orthopedics East, and I'm excited to share that we've partnered with Fleet Feet to bring you a community race series that includes 3 awesome races throughout the year, each one benefiting a local nonprofit making a real difference right here in our town. Starting with the Big Run June 7th, benefiting Ainsley's Angels, the Glow Run November 8th, benefiting Building Hope, and the Santa Dash December 13th, benefiting Riley's Army. To sign up, go to runtoeast.com. Join us in running for a cause and making every mile matter.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
Looking for an adventure that's refreshing in more ways than one? Welcome to River Vibes, where nature meets flavor. Freely paddle through the stunning Pamlico River on one of our kayaks or stand-up paddle boards. After your adventure, cool down with one of our mouth-watering smoothies, refreshers, boba teas, or fresh juices. Plus, grab some awesome River Vibes gear to remember the day. River Vibes, where every moment is a splash of fun. Visit us in historic downtown Washington or on Facebook or Instagram. Ride, relax, and refresh at River Vibes.
From May 27th through the 31st, the Hackney Restaurant in downtown Washington invites you to experience the Passion Event, celebrating North Carolina's delicious local ingredients crafted into masterpieces by elite chefs. Hosted by 2024 James Beard finalist executive chef Jamie Davis and the Hackney owner Suzanne Hackney, the inaugural event is partnering with NC Catch to bring together their chef ambassadors for an unforgettable dining experience. Enjoy a 5-course dinner with wine pairings and pre-dinner cocktails. Tickets are limited. Make your reservation now at thehackneypassion.com. The Hackney, Southern Fine Dining, Southern Hospitality.
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
Are you a new real estate agent wondering how to get your first deal fast? ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate is hiring, and we've got you covered. At ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate, we help new agents hit the ground running with proven training programs, high-quality leads from multiple sources, no cold calls, just real opportunities, one-on-one coaching from our experienced team, and cutting-edge marketing and tech tools. Don't start your career alone. Join the ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate team, a team that invests in you. Visit encpiraterealty.com and never worry about where your next deal is coming from. Go Pirates!
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of PIP Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 five-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. PIP, where business goes to grow.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Doug Henry of Greenville is ready to make you an unbeatable offer on your trade-in. Bring in any offer from CarMax, and they'll beat it by $500. That's right, $500 more than what they're offering, guaranteed. With over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily, Doug Henry of Greenville has the perfect ride waiting for you. Visit them on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial and experience why they're always right on the price. And you can check out their full inventory online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Don't miss out. Bring in your offer today and leave with a better deal. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Jarrett, you think they throw the C on Brock Bowers this year?
Yeah.
So Gino's going to get one, the captaincy. Yeah. Crosby will probably have one.
Colton Miller probably have one.
You need to give one to Jeremy.
How many do they do?
I don't know. 5?
Panthers used to take like 7 guys out the middle of the field.
Yeah, but I'm just saying specifically the jersey patch. Who's going to get the jersey patch? And I think Brock Bowers could potentially have one this year.
That guy's going to get one.
Mark Davis.
Glad to see him at camp. He was not there the first week. Because
you were there?
No. On Twitter, I saw him there.
Oh, gotcha.
But he just graduated from Georgia getting his finance degree, so he finished that up, and now he has returned.
Georgia?
Is he focused on the wrong things?
He's focused.
Okay.
He's locked in. This guy's a smart fella. He can focus on 2 things.
Or is he a fart smeller?
He's a smart fella.
Chandler.
And if you talk about my guy like that again...
I can't believe you said that.
I mean, I was thinking about...
Is that a common phrase you use? Or did you just come up with that?
Oh, you never heard that?
I feel like I had, but like...
That's Family Guy.
Is that something you say a lot? I've never heard you say it.
Sometimes.
That's Family Guy.
Are you a fart smeller?
Mm-hmm.
You're a smart fella, Dad, and you're a fart smeller, Meg.
Let's head out to the Pirate Radio Live line. Joining us, voice of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium and Minges Coliseum. He is Morgan Ahlers. What's up, Morg?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing? Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's a great day. Okay.
It's not raining. That's good.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, I should have put yet on it. Morgan, what is on your sports mind right now? I'm swept up in the Canes. Holton and Danny Beal and Zach Kaplan have me a little interested in Nick Seldick, so I'll be checking that out tonight. How about you? You following anything at the moment?
Well, watching the Canes a little bit the other night. Watched the Knicks play in the Celtics game. Watched a couple others. Following a little baseball. Following some UFL football and high school baseball. Lots of exciting high school baseball here, especially last night. Wow, both teams walking it off at the end of the game. Kind of cool between Rose and they won their game. Conley came back down 6-0, won their game, and they both march on into the playoffs, and it's going to be a big night tonight.
Yeah, and Zach Kaplan had a great post, which was retweeted by Brian Bailey, who followed up. But so Conley down 6-0, scored 7 runs in the final 2 innings, get a walk-off hit, and win it 7-6. Rose scores the winning run from second on a wild pitch. They win it 3-2. And Brian Bailey said, "What a great night for sports in our area. Sports isn't part-time, it's full-time. Blessed to work for a station that believes this." And WNCT and Bailey has done just a phenomenal job over the years, Morgan. But as someone who enjoys local sports, even to this day, and of course you had a lot of kids coming up and playing local sports, you know how important it is to the families, but also the community as a whole.
Yeah, obviously Brian and I have known each other 30-plus years, and, they do such a great job, and I'm proud to call him my friend, but, he lives what he does. I mean, he lives and breathes sports, and, local sports, it does matter. And a lot of times you hear these, and you read the little tweet that Brian put out, but follow-up by Billy Weaver was really good too. Talking about, full-time sports, and a lot of these stations, they come in, they're bought out by big corporate entities, and they hire people that just have no context to what's going on. Nothing against Dugan, and, that does a great job at WITN, but, they're not from around here, not like Bailey was, but he was from, Eastern Virginia, Southeastern Virginia, the Chesapeake area. So he started working here and learned this area, and has been here. He's an icon, and covering high school sports, covering youth sports, it matters to people, and proud to call him my friend, and they did such a great job. Zach covered it well last night, and hopefully they'll be doing it again tonight.
Yeah, Billy Weaver said sports isn't part-time. Absolutely love that. Never take for granted that your TV station values sports in the area. Some stations tend to forget that. Love your brother. Keep doing what you do. So, yeah, and, we have Brian North on the show every Friday, and he and Luke Schwartz a little further away. But, man, they are huge with Craven County and the coast, and I think CTI 12 does a good job with it, too.
Absolutely,
Brian.
And I didn't mean to leave them out.
Oh, no, yeah.
Brian comes on in the fall with the high school huddle, and, even though he's not the sports guy down there anymore, he's got a family raising, but he still, gets after it every single Friday night and covers all the big events, and glad to have him as a friend as well.
Yeah, and I mean, full transparency, like Dugan Lloyd at ITN's doing all he can. He's not really set up for success like NCT and CTIR, I would say, Morgan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I totally agree with that. Again, you always say you play the cards that you're dealt.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can, bluff some things if you're playing poker, but the cards are the cards, and they're not going to lie. And, I think right now some stations are being dealt better hands than others. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I also love, too, with the local aspect of it, Morgan, going to tiebreakers. And, heck, Chandler said he saw Mully there today. Last time I was there, I saw Mully and Jason Mills from Conley, but you'll see a team roll in there. And, again, all just kind of brings it all together, the community, the sports in the area, and just love to see that. I like to see a team hanging out after a game, at your local restaurant.
And it starts, at the youth level.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always, every afternoon, you're going to see whether it's softball teams or baseball teams in there. And on the weekends in the fall, you got, some basketball teams come in there. Then you got, recreation softball. The guys come in there after their games, and girls come in after their games at night, and have some dinner, that kind of thing. It's the camaraderie that brings the community together, and sports is such a big part of Eastern North Carolina. And, you saw it last night.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. We got a major going on in the state of North Carolina with the PGA Championship. Logan, you're kind of a golf guy. At least you talk about golf. Do you know who Jonathan Vegas is? I've never heard of the guy.
Yeah, I hadn't really heard of him either, but I went back and looked at, because I was like, who is this guy? So I went back and looked at his tournaments this season, and he's been playing like good.
Okay.
Like he's won some money. There's a tournament called the Century. He finished top 10. I think won $1.4 million. So he's there, I guess, but I've never really heard of him.
Well, he is sitting in first right now at 8 under par. You got some big names coming up after him. Scotty Scheffler, 4 under, and Bryson DeChambeau sitting at 3 under. Where is Will Zalatoris?
He is in Charlotte.
Okay, that's a start. I do have Will Zalatoris, and maybe I'll find his name. Did you see something, Sean?
I thought I saw it.
Yeah, somebody Google up where he is. Any interest in the major going on this week, Morgan?
Actually, sitting here watching it as we speak, and Rory McIlroy make a little bit of fun, getting back into it. Watching it, I watched one of the shots I saw online today, which was really incredible from a drive, was Max, where he hits a par 4 drive and he gets it about a foot from the holes. There's a lot of holes that are drivable, and with some of this talent, and Scotty Scheffler putting for birdie as we speak. It's a bender, and he missed it.
All right, little play-by-play.
No play-by-play.
I got it, Chandler. Thanks. I know where he is now.
Is he still looking?
No, Chandler's got it for me.
Will Zalatoris 6 over.
Yeah.
He will not make the cut.
And sorry, guys. I said yesterday if he wins, we all eating. We all starving. None of us are eating.
The funny thing about this tournament, it rained so much in Charlotte the last few days. I think Wednesday it rained so much, and then the players are really not happy with the condition of the course, and the balls were laying in mud puddles, and that the PGA basically said it's play it as it lies, clean in place. And they were mad yesterday, and I think it's starting to dry out a little bit by the end of the weekend. I think these high scores, or low scores rather, are going to come up a lot higher than they are right now.
Yeah, that -8 may not be safe, especially, like I said, with Scotty just 4 shots back. Max Homa at 5 under and sitting 3 shots back of the leader. All right, do a little Q&A with Morgan to wrap it up. Anybody got a question ready? Jarrett's ready to go.
You want to go first, Chandler?
You can go ahead.
All right. Morgan had the schedule released this week. Are you a fiend like the rest of us here, just itching for some NFL football?
I looked at the schedule release, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it. So until it really starts in the fall, I'm not making any plans right now to go see some games unless Holton happens to get picked up, which, who knows. But, I love watching. I think the Cowboys are the king of Thursday nights this year. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't live and die by, hey, I'm releasing the schedule. Okay. Congratulations.
Sean.
Morgan, you're running for president of the United States of America. What is your campaign slogan?
I am running for president. I'm going to be a great president, but go ahead.
Is that Ronald Reagan?
That was good.
Well, I don't know. Ronald Reagan was used to be like this. And now I eat all my M&Ms, and I'm in the ground somewhere.
That's pretty good. What would be your campaign slogan, Morgan?
What?
Your campaign slogan.
Vote for me. If I win, you're screwed.
Some people would be like, you know what? I like that. I'm voting for this guy.
You know what? He's got some guts.
We need to be screwed.
We could take a good screwing. Shirley, Logan, y'all got anything for Morgan today? Shirley and Morgan still have this beef. Shirley is refusing to ask questions. Maybe she knows everything there is to know about Morgan after all these years.
They worked together this morning. Did y'all not talk this morning?
We talked a little bit this morning.
I did not say a word to Shirley.
And there's no beef. It's just sometimes I just don't have questions at 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. My brain is just done.
Fine.
Yeah, no need to think about it during the week.
I don't think about a lot of things during the week,
All right,
Morgan.
Shirley, we're not here next Friday, so you have 2 full weeks to come up with one question for Morgan.
Do I have to?
No, you don't. Logan, anything? You're good? All right. Oh, you got something? What do you got?
I'm watching soccer right now. Do you watch any soccer, Morgan?
Oh, no.
I do not watch cross-country kickball.
Nice.
Cross-country kickball. Morgan, I saw a rankings of dips recently, like your chicken, buffalo chicken, and your just guac, salsa.
Rotel.
Grizzly.
Crab dip, any kind of dip. What would be your go-to dip? What's your favorite dip?
All right, if it's a hot dip, it'd probably be crab dip or a good spinach artichoke dip. Maybe a good crab dip.
Man, I like a crab dip.
Cold would probably be a good onion dip. Yeah.
What's an onion dip? Like French onion, or like is that?
Yeah, like you take sour cream, you pour a little pack of the French onions, mix in there, and mix it up. But you can't eat it right away. You got to leave it in the fridge for a little while. Let the crunchy little onions uncrunch.
Okay.
And then you're good.
There's your tip.
Crunchy
tip of the
little
week.
onions uncrunch.
What you got, Morgan, this weekend?
Oh, I got a wedding tomorrow down in Abbott D's and Chick-fil-A. His son Charlie's getting married tomorrow. Going to be DJing that one. And then Sunday morning, loading up, and we're going to Banner Elk to do another wedding out in Banner Elk Sunday afternoon. So
wedding season. And Morgan's not a wedding crasher, by the way. He's the DJ. That's why he's going to all these weddings.
So if you're getting married and you're looking for next year, let me know. This year is pretty booked.
Yeah, like no kidding. You are, if people want you, they need to be having a 2026 wedding at this point, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm blessed to say that.
Man.
I got a few dates open, and one in July, one in August. Other than that, it rolls through the end of the year.
Wow.
Let's do a David Price construction countdown to Holton Ahlers' wedding.
Oh, wow.
36 days.
How about that?
Wow.
Coming up.
Did you get invited?
Coming up. Yes.
Okay, good.
Did you RSVP?
No, I did not. I told him I'd be there.
Morgan, have a good weekend, man.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. You do the same, and we'll talk with you in 2 weeks.
All right. See you then. There is Morgan Ahlers joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. Let's see what Shirley Rhodes sent me. Oh, Shirley. I didn't know you would be sending me this. Wow. Former New Orleans, I feel like there should be another word in there, guard, player, Josh Short announced his commitment to UNC Pembroke.
Go Braves!
Josh Short, the former Farmville Central Jaguar.
Almost played football there.
Pembroke? Nice.
Did they send you any draws? Are you going to ask that?
We've been...
You're getting good at this, Jarrett. Or bad. You're getting like me. I don't know if that's good or bad. Did you take a visit?
I did. Went to a football game. Had a couple of my teammates go there and play football.
You almost went to UNC Pembroke, and now you're just UNC Pembroke.
Get a load of this guy. Is that Don Rickles over there?
Let's take a break. When we return,
come on, Chuck.
We take a visit to the Bone Zone. Woo! Jarrett Watkins, one-on-one with Patrick Saunders. I want y'all to listen to this.
It's a great combo.
Tell me how it goes, because there could be more of these Jarrett Watkins interviews coming to YouTube and Pirate Radio Live. We're going to critique every word he says and every question he asks.
Really, just the beginning was kind of stumbling through. The rest of it was very good.
All right. I can't wait to hear you stumble.
I wouldn't say very good, but it was good.
Let us decide, man. It's going to be a great interview, and we'll hear it when we return after this.
Aces for Autism, a nonprofit, is here to provide opportunities for individuals with autism and their families. A place of hope, joy, and success. Whether it's helping a child make their first sound or preparing a young adult for vocational opportunities, we provide support where it wasn't available before. You can help us support families by supporting Aces for Autism's Team Together campaign. There are many ways to participate, such as buying a brick or sponsoring a room. To learn more about our state-of-the-art facility, visit acestogether.com.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry
Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gakwe, and our mission at Michaels & Gakwe is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gakwe are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gakwe Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
Doug Henry of Greenville is looking for your trade-in and your business. Doug Henry of Greenville is right on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial, and always right on the price and looking to beat every offer out there. Bring in any offer from CarMax, and they will beat it by $500. Just bring it in and you won't be disappointed. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily, and you can always check them out online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Doug Henry, right on the corner and right on the price.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
Make things happen this year with the new John Deere. In just one visit to Quality Equipment, you'll find the right lawnmower, compact tractor, or Gator UTV that will save you time and money on your next project. Keep things running all season long with the help of our experienced parts and service team. Your new Deere isn't far away. Find current offers and budget-friendly packages at your local Quality Equipment with 36 locations across North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit QualityEquip.com to get started. That's QualityEquip.com.
It seems like places are giving you less and less food these days.
Yes, Mama, it's called shrinkflation. Oh, shrinkflation, that's just another word for robbery. But this is shackflation. What? Dang, that's huge. Extra pepperoni, extra cheese on that thing.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and get a Shackaroni pizza for only $12.99. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates.
Hey, Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Hey, it's Lindsay Gray with Carolina Caliber. May and June will be here soon, and Mom and Dad are due for something extra special. There's no better gift than the protection of life. Empower your parent with a trip to Carolina Caliber. From home defense to concealed carry and tons of other personal protection and shooting sports gear, your parents deserve to choose from the finest selection in Eastern NC. Plus, the summer will be sizzling with exceptional factory promotions they won't want to miss. Grab a gift card and send them on over to Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
You're in pirate country, and that means pirate radio.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Ron Ayers Motorsports is celebrating 50 years of excellence in 2025, and since 1975, they've been your go-to for top-tier motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, power equipment, and more. Stop by their 30,000-square-foot store featuring Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Hustler mowers, and Stihl equipment, all backed by Ron Ayers' 50 years of trusted service. Ron Ayers Motorsports, 50 years of quality, reliability, and adventure on Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. I knocked out a couple of interviews earlier with Brooks Hill and Jacob Jenkins-Cowart. Jared Watkins knocked out an interview of his own with Patrick Saunders from the Denver Post, talking Zach Agnos and more. And let's check that out right now.
All right, joining us. All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, Patrick Saunders, Rockies reporter for the Denver Post. Patrick, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks. Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I know you're a busy guy with the Rockies right now. Just how's that been going for you?
It's a grind. Covering a Major League Baseball team is always a grind, but when you're covering a Major League Baseball team that's on its way to its third and second 100-loss season and possibly the worst record in Major League history, that's the definition of the grind. So let's hope they turn it around a little bit because there's a lot of good guys on the team, but let's face it, they're just not very good.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a while until they turn the corner.
Yeah, I've been covering East Carolina baseball this season, and they're over 500, but not really living up to the fans' expectations. But guys like you really put it into perspective for me. It's like, hey, it's not 162 games. It's not that bad, but yeah, Rocky's not doing so good. But our boy Zach Agnos has been called up. What have you just seen from him in his 9 appearances?
Well, for the most part, he's been terrific. He's been nails. His last outing was a little rough, but for the most part, he's been excellent. He's moved into the closer role most of the time, which for a guy who made his major league debut, just this season, that's saying something. I know the manager, Bud Black, or former manager Bud Black, because Buddy just got fired last Sunday, told me way back in spring training that he thought Zach Agnos certainly was going to make the team this year and had a chance to be a back of the bullpen pitcher, reliever, for a variety of reasons. One, his stuff is good, although the Rockies have guys who throw harder, but he loved his mentality. He loved his coolness, if you will. He thought he had the right kind of stuff to handle late game duties. So I could see this coming. And talking to Zach and getting to know him a little bit, he just is one of those guys that you think has the ability to shake off a bad game or not get too high or get too low. So he's been one of the bright spots for the Rockies so far, no question.
Yeah, and it was nice to see him get called up, but how much of the team just struggling went into that? Because I had the thought the other day, it's like if he was in the Dodgers organization, he probably wouldn't be pitching in Dodger Stadium right now. So how much of the team struggling went into him getting called up?
That's a great question. I don't know. I think when you're talented, you're talented. And when you show what he showed during spring training, I think it's warranted. Now, the Dodgers, they're a different animal than the Rockies, of course. But my guess is if Zach Agnos pitched the way he did in spring training for the Dodgers, similar to what he did for the Rockies, there's a chance he might have gotten called up. Because the Dodgers, they recycle through their bullpen quite often, sometimes because of injuries, sometimes because of phantom injuries. In other words, they like to keep their bullpen fresh. So they'll find an injury for a guy, put him on the injured list, and call up somebody from the minors. Dodgers have been doing that for a long time. But bottom line, I think Zach Agnos could be in any team's bullpen right now. I'm not just saying that because you're asking me the question. I think his stuff is that good, and I think his mentality is that sharp.
Yeah, you mentioned your conversations with Bud Black. He got fired after the 21-0 loss to the Padres. Just what do you think that does for the team? Do you think it could spark a little something here, or is it just, hey, we need a change?
Well, it hasn't so far. They're 0-3 under Warren Schaefer, the interim manager, and Warren's a good baseball man and a good person. Change was needed, no question about it. I'm very tight with Bud Black, and I felt really bad that he was not given the tools he needed to become a winning manager in Colorado. He was his first 2 years, the only manager in Rockies history to take a team to the postseason 2 consecutive seasons. But that was 17 and 18. That was eons ago. So what does it mean to the Rockies? They had to make some sort of change. When you had lost 8 straight and lost 21-0, or heading in the direction they're heading, you could see it coming. I mean, I'd written my Bud Black gets fired story probably 3 weeks ago to get it ready because being prepared, I knew it was coming. I felt bad for him. It's not his fault. The next question is, who else gets fired? Does the GM get fired? Do they shake up the front office? A lot of Rockies fans are wondering that. It might make a difference. Warren Schaefer, he's only 40. He's got a lot of energy, very positive guy, a little edgier than Bud Black, who's very laid back. But we'll see. The Rockies need to get a few players back, particularly Ezekiel Tovar, their Gold Glove shortstop. He should come back pretty soon from injury. But bottom line is this is just not a very talented team. And some of the players they counted on to turn the corner this year have not. And that's a disappointment.
Yeah, you talk about not really a talented team, the struggles, the losses. They do have to send somebody to the All-Star game. And I was talking to Danny Beal, a former teammate of Zach Agnos, and he says, I could see him making the All-Star team or Hunter Goodman, the catcher. So you think those are the two options, or could anybody else be named the All-Star?
Wow, that's wild. I have not even considered the Rockies having an All-Star this year. I don't mean to be so flippant. I mean, I'm not. I'm just kind of gallows humor here. Wow, Rockies All-Star. Well, I wouldn't say I would doubt Zach would be the guy.
Yeah.
Partly because he's probably not going to have enough workload, right? Because, I mean, how many save opportunities is he even going to have?
Yeah.
Because the Rockies right now are not in a position to save games, right? So he's not going to make his mark that way. Hunter Goodman, catcher / DH, he's been their best hitter. He's got some power. He might be the guy. I would have thought going into this year the best two candidates to make the All-Star game would have been either Tovar, who I mentioned, or center fielder Brenton Doyle, who may be, or not maybe, I think he is the best fielding center fielder in the league, but he has not hit the ball well. So you might be onto something. Right now, if you had to pick one guy from the Rockies and every team gets one guy, it would probably be Hunter Goodman.
All right. Well, shout out Danny Beal for that one.
Yeah, there you go.
A lot of we've talked to a couple of former teammates of Zach Nagnos. Is just everybody in this ECU organization the last couple of years have been doing pretty well for themselves. Alec Burleson, Connor Norby, just to name a few. They've been talking about Zach Agnos just being a great shortstop, and they were kind of surprised to see him drafted as a pitcher by the Rockies. I get we're nine games into his career with the Rockies so far, but do you think that shortstop opportunity could be in his future?
No. I talked to him about that in spring training for a feature I did on him, and he said that was a very conscious effort on his part when he left college, that he thought he looked at the metrics. He knew the physical skills that he had at the college level were fine, but he measured himself against major league caliber shortstops, both as a fielder and a hitter. He didn't measure up. He told me he thought his future to make it and make an impact in the majors was definitely going to be as a relief pitcher. So I think if you told him that he might be switched over to infield, let alone shortstop, I think he would shake his head and he'd say, no way.
Yeah, all right. Patrick Saunders joining us. You live in Denver. You said you filled in for a few Nuggets games so far. What a wild ride this season's been for the Denver Nuggets, firing Michael Malone 4 games into a season, 4 games left before the end of the season, and still having an MVP candidate in Jokic, and now going 7 with the Thunder, the number 1 seed, one of the best teams in the NBA. Just what's the feel around the Nuggets right now?
Well, I know the feeling around the city is ecstatic, right? 2 years ago, they won the NBA title, the first NBA title in Colorado history. I think there was a lot of skeptics, particularly when Michael Malone and Calvin Booth, their GM, were fired late in the season. And the Nuggets ownership said at the time it was to give the Nuggets a chance to do something this year. I think a lot of people scoffed at that. I think a lot of people thought they were raising the white flag, surrender. It hasn't turned out that way. The interim coach has done a terrific job. The team is playing its ass off. They're playing so hard. I think most people would tell you, you look at OKC, which, I know they're the number one seed, and I think they have the most wins of anybody in the NBA, if I'm not mistaken. On paper, and when you watch the games, OKC has more talent than the Nuggets. Joker notwithstanding. But the Nuggets, they know how to win in crunch time, or at least they've shown that. Aaron Gordon has been phenomenal. I mean, he's been a miracle worker. And Joker, he never ceases to amaze me. That a guy, and I always say this, he looks like a mafia guy from Law and Order episode or something, right? I mean, a Russian mobster or something, but he's just so gifted and so physical, and he does things you never expect. His passing, 3-point shooting, his toughness, all those things. And then Jamal Murray, I was kind of ready to write him off. I thought they way overpaid for Jamal Murray when they re-signed him, but he's been the heart and soul of this team outside of Joker during the playoffs, and now they go to a Game 7 in OKC. It's going to be a tough task for them to win. And, if I was a betting man, and I'm not, if I'm a betting man, I think I'd have to go with Oklahoma City because they're on their home court and they have so much firepower. Hey, but if the Nuggets can pull it off in 7, then they get a rematch with the Timberwolves, who knocked them out last year in the Western Finals. So we'll see. But I will say this. One of the things I love about the Nuggets, they're very unselfish. They spread the ball around. They really have an affection for each other. There's a camaraderie there. It's a fun team to watch, no question.
Yeah. I'm just always fascinated by Jokic because, anybody with that build you would not figure is the greatest player in the league. The guy's 7 foot and has a 3-inch vertical. It just makes no sense how he's that good. But you talked about OKC. You would probably take them in Game 7. They're just, I don't know if they're too young or what it is. Every time I'm ready to give them the stamp of approval, they just let me down. So I could see it going either way, Game 7. But with the Michael Malone firing, what do you think it takes for the interim guy to get the full-time job?
Well, I think he may have gotten it right now. I think he's probably exceeded expectations, and who knows? The reason Malone was fired, from what I understand, and what our beat writer Bennett Durando has written, is there was so much infighting going on between the GM and the coach that it was leaking into the locker room, into the court. And finally, ownership essentially said, we can't have this, enough of this. So that was, and Edelston, the new coach, he seems to have been able to wash that away. So I think, and one of our columnists actually wrote this the other day, saying he deserves a chance to be the head coach next year, and I imagine he gets it. If the Nuggets had, gotten beat in the first round or had not shown up in this round against OKC, then maybe they would have said, no, thank you for your duty, but let's move on. But I could see him getting a legitimate shot. One thing I wanted to fire back at you, a question for you. You're much younger than me, so I don't know if you would have the NBA history that I have. But I would venture to guess that Nikola Jokic has got to be one of the top 3 big men passers in NBA history.
Yeah.
His passes, and the playoffs, it's a little more difficult to see because the defense goes up such a level. But watching him and covering him sometimes during the regular season, some of the passes he makes to guys cutting or hitting a guy on the mark for 3-pointer, a spot-up 3-pointer, just remarkable. Larry Bird was that way. Bill Walton, way, way back in the day, was that way. And Magic Johnson, of course, but he was a point guard. But holy cow, the Joker's ability to see the court and to share the basketball, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, I mean, his game just amazes me. Like I said, 7 foot, 3-inch vertical, but he plays like a point guard. It makes no sense, but I mean, I haven't seen every big man ever, but I agree with you. I'd say top 3 passing big man. His game is just fascinating to me.
It is.
I feel like in 30 years we'll look back and be like, what the hell was this?
Yes.
I don't think we'll see anybody else like him.
Right. I mean, you talk about MVPs of the league. I mean, he's a 3-timer. You're talking about guys like Jordan and LeBron and Kobe and Magic and Bird and, all those kind of guys. And they were so different, so athletic, so highlight reel films every night. And Joker has highlights too, but they're kind of like, really? How did he do that? That makes you kind of love the guy all the more, right? Because he doesn't have those. He can't jump out of the gym. He doesn't do 360 dunks or anything. But yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah, Patrick Saunders joining us today. Rockies got the Diamondbacks this weekend.
They do. Starting tonight, Friday night. Diamondbacks are playing okay, not great. The NL West is packed. The Dodgers, the Padres, the Giants are playing great. The D-backs are playing, so-so. The Rockies are, what are they, 20-something games
7 and
behind
36
the Dodgers already?
Yeah.
Right? It's not even Memorial Day? Yeah, so they have a tough test. And then, get this, they come home Monday. They got the Phillies for 4, and the Phillies are a salty team, even though they're behind the Mets in the NL East.
Yeah.
And then the Yankees come to town.
God.
Right, with Aaron Judge and everybody else, and the crazy thing is about Colorado baseball, Coors Field, I assume for the 4 games for the Phillies, they'll be decent attendance, right? Maybe I could see them getting 28, 30,000 a game.
Nice.
Because of the Phillies, not because of the Rockies.
Yeah.
And the Yankees come in this following weekend, right before Memorial Day, and they're probably going to have a couple sellouts, the Rockies at Coors Field. And that's the way it goes. People say, why do the Rockies draw so well? They're a bad team. One, Coors Field is an amazing ballpark. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to be there, but it's beautiful. On a summer night, it's fantastic. There's a good vibe to it. It's a very family-friendly vibe. Fans don't really pay that close of attention to the game, truthfully. Which is a shame for somebody like me, who cares a lot about the game itself. But when other teams come in, the transplants to Colorado, they show up in droves. So it'll probably be a sellout a couple times next week.
Yeah, Patrick, I feel for you just with how bad the Rockies are, but as a White Sox fan, I hope it continues, and you are the worst team in history and not mine. So
that's funny. The Rockies right now are tracking worse than the White Sox did a year ago.
Yeah, I think they're projected to win 28 games. So
something like that.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to be that bad. They've got to get some better. Yeah. Will they lose 121 or 122 like the White Sox did last year? Right, 122 would give them the all-time record for futility. I don't know. The White Sox suck this year too, but they don't suck as much as the Rockies do. So.
Yeah, we got a bet here over 53.5 wins for the White Sox. So,
oh my.
Hopefully they can keep stacking them. But thanks for joining us today, man.
Sure.
I'll reach out again this summer. Hopefully we can get you back on. But thank you for your time, and have a great day.
Oh, did nobody hear what we just said on YouTube? Well, we got to take a break. Sorry. We'll take a timeout, come back, have more for you, Pirate Radio Live after this.
How was that interview?
I don't know.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico. A huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
I'm Morgan Ahlers here with Brian Cook. He's the comptroller with Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World. If you're looking online, one website covers both locations. It's driveherenow.com.
Right. We're the driveherenow.com family between our two locations here in Greenville. I can take you to either website at gmcapproved.com or greenvilleautoworld.net. And yeah, you can see all our inventory there. A lot of stuff says coming soon as we're getting new stuff, but be on the lookout for anything you need.
Greenville Motor Company and the new Greenville Auto World. We will earn your trust and business one vehicle at a time.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
This is Dr. Josiah Duke from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's that time for a joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Father's Day is here, and it's your opportunity to say thanks. I'm Rhonda with Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington, and we've been making dads happy for 41 years. Russell's offers an amazing selection of sportswear and accessories, including the best from Johnny O, Peter Millar, Duckhead, and Gentile. Can't make a decision? No problem. Gift certificates are always a win in any amount. Make it easy and shop Russell's for a great selection, personal service, and free signature gift wrap. Where it's all about you, our pirate friends and customers.
Planning a special event, whether it's a baby shower, bridal luncheon, birthday party, or even a tailgate at Clark LeClaire Stadium, Chicken Salad Chick has you covered. Their fan favorite mini croissant platters is just one of many options to choose from, perfect for any occasion. With a variety of chicken salad flavors, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Let us do the work while you enjoy the event. Delicious, fresh, and served with a smile. Chicken Salad Chick Catering. Make every event memorable. Visit chickensaladchick.com to place your catering order. Just remember, you pick it up and we'll have it ready to go. Chicken Salad Chick, where every event is a little bit tastier.
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified, and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
Pirate Radio.
It is my intention to commandeer one of these ships, pick up a crew and Tortuga, raid, pillage, plunder, and otherwise pilfer my Weasley black guts out.
I said no lies.
I think he's telling the truth.
The voice of the pirate nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Wings Over Greenville just turned up the heat with the new Honey Hotter flavor, sweet meat spicy in the boldest way yet. Download the Wings Over app and join the Frequent Flyer Club. You can earn points, unlock exclusive deals, and redeem for free food. Save your go-to orders, order ahead, and skip the line. First-time app user will get free tenders just for signing up. And when you order delivery through the app, you skip the middleman. No extra fees from third-party apps like Uber Eats or DoorDash. Don't forget, use the promo code PIRATE25 for 10% off your meals. So fly smart. Download the Wings Over app today or order now at wingsover.com. Wings Over, they deliver. And is your office printer on the fritz? Well, don't wait days for a repair. Contact the professionals at CopyPro, where they promise fast 3-hour service on all your office printing devices. Contact Walker Allen Bolivar today for a free office printing analysis to help you cut costs and boost efficiency. For reliable, fast service, call CopyPro today at 756-3175. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
Alrighty, time for our Fleet Feet rundown. Let's get A-Harp to tell us about our friends at Fleet Feet.
Hey, Pirate Nation. Be sure you have the best and most comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Chris Lunyon. Fleet Feet of Greenville provides solutions through one-on-one services to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Go see them at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet. They run for you.
All right. We got to do our Jarrett interview grades because apparently is Logan trying to sabotage Jarrett on his last day?
I think he just forgot.
Oh, okay. It's all good. Joel says, good interview.
Mm-hmm.
What's the letter grade for good? Like a B?
B plus.
Okay. Jamie says, great job, Jarrett.
That's an A.
It is, but he just commented B plus Jarrett interview.
All right.
So sorry. I thought it was good. Again, that the Patrick Saunders fellow was a good talker, so that helped. But I thought you took the Jameis approach and not the 30 interception Jameis, the be prepared Jameis.
Yeah.
I think you were well prepared.
Well, that just goes from listening to a lot of your interviews throughout the weeks. Just. I mean, right before you were interviewing Jacob Jenkins-Cowart, and y'all were talking about Zach Agnos, and he was surprised that he was drafted as a pitcher. So I knew I had to ask about that. And could we potentially see Zach play shortstop anytime for the Rockies? And that was a solid no.
How about batting? Let's get him out there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Put a bat. I would love to see. Well, no, it can't happen now. But we could see him in like a long extra innings game. Have to go up.
Yeah.
And put a bat back in his hands.
So what was your grade?
I mean, I guess if I'm going to nitpick, like you probably said a few times and like flubbed a word like Zach Nagnos one time or something. But like, so I'll go A minus. Like, no, it was a good interview.
Yeah,
you did a great job, and it was a good. I like interviews that are conversational.
Yeah,
and it's not like question and I'm only
like it's
sticking
prepared
to my next question.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to ad lib and go off and answer, they say.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing that. And I thought it was a great conversation.
And he was I think you said this earlier when there was no sound, but he was a good interview.
Yeah, I've said it twice now. I said it when there was no sound and I just said it a moment ago.
But he loved to talk and had good answers.
Yeah.
And that makes the interview pretty easy too.
So we got B plus, A minus. What are you giving him?
I'm giving him an A.
All right.
Solid.
Shirley, what grade are you giving Jarrett's interview? His first ever on Pirate Radio Live.
Well,
I did fill in.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
I will. I give it an A minus.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of little.
Yeah.
Like crutch words. Was one of them.
And I do that all the time.
And I fall victim to it too. So, which is why that's the only mark I would have given you.
Next,
everything else you did fine.
We'll grade Logan's internship here, but Logan, what is your grade for Jarrett?
I'm going to say an A. I mean, it was his first time doing a long one, and he stretched it out to 18 minutes.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the length.
Yeah. I wasn't really trying to go that long, but like you said, the guy was a talker, and I just wanted to keep talking to him.
Let's grade Logan's internship from he was supposed to be here one day a week, correct?
Thursdays and Fridays for the show, and then other stuff.
Was he here Thursdays and Fridays?
Yeah.
For the most part? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Attendance?
Consistent.
We'll give him a high score.
Yeah.
Productivity? I don't have any huge complaints.
No. He learned how to do the production.
He just screwed up a button on his last day.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's tough.
Tough.
As far as fitting in, getting along with us, A+.
A+.
Great guy to have around. Very polite young man.
Yep.
Quiet, kind of knows his place, but will also interject, so if needed. Respectful?
Yeah.
Who said that? Was that you, Chandler?
I think it's disrespectful to say respectful about yourself.
Likes to butt in
Well,
our
I was saying
conversations.
respectful to the A+.
Interrupts a lot.
Oh, okay.
Man, I think I'm giving Logan an A. After all that being said,
It would have been an A+, but
if not for that,
yeah, the button thing. So A, solid A.
I'm going A.
Spring ball out there.
Yeah, great
helping us
job.
out.
That's spring football.
Did you do some baseball?
Some baseball.
I did.
What, 2 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that, especially on short notice.
Jamie says Will overshadowed Logan a little, probably because Will was here a lot more.
Yeah.
So I could see
and
that.
interjected a lot more.
And Shirley, what grade are you giving Low Man?
Based on just today or his whole
No,
body of
no,
work?
not just today.
Whole body of work.
Yeah.
I give him an A minus.
Okay. Shirley's a
Two A
tough
minuses.
grade, so that's
A minus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Logan. You didn't have to show up today. You could have bombed it like you did your final, and still got a decent grade.
You would have
didn't
still
end
got
up
an A.
counting.
Yeah, this is like extra credit.
Well, you know what? We shouldn't count today for him.
Actually,
and just give him an A+.
Since you showed up today and I got to sit in here, I'll give you A+.
Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
I like sitting in here on Friday.
Jamie says Logan's NBA takes are better than Will's. Well, that's because Will lives in fantasy land.
Yeah. What do you say? Fire Aaron Boone? Like that was one of them.
Hey, do you want to read this comment? It's about the boss.
Is LRB's favorite word?
Yeah, it says Mike Ward. It was Mike Ward saying that. And as a guy, I can't really talk about people saying
I don't really.
Logan, what are your summer plans? Take us to break, Shirley, as Logan tells us his summer plans.
Really nothing. Just preparing for grad school, but I'll be going to Mississippi. So
What's in Mississippi?
I'm going with some friends, and been talking to a friend down there. So we're gonna go.
And you said that you were going to do 2 activities in particular. What are those 2 activities?
Demolition derby, a rodeo, and we're gonna try and rent out a fan boat. I mean, we can't drive it, but we can get someone to drive.
What do you call those boats with fans on them?
That was Logan's question.
Fan boat?
Rodeo?
Are they really called fan boats?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I thought there was a.
I watched
different-
too many movies. Sorry.
I mean,
I know what
Waterboy,
you're talking
right?
about.
Huh?
Waterboy has fan boats in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Gone fishing.
Demolition derby and rodeo. Interesting. Like, those are not in my summer plans, but I might have to put them in there now.
It's like one of those things that you got to see at least once.
Sure. It's an experience.
It's a redneck summer. That's what I'm gonna call
Redneck
it.
summer.
Yeah.
For Logan. We'll take a break, come back, wrap it up after these messages.
Eastern North Carolina's Bourbon Authority is Greenville's premier American-styled restaurant. The Rick House specializes in handcraft dishes, and our bar features the very best in bourbons like Parker's Heritage, Knob Creek, and Jefferson's.
Big changes are coming to the Rick House. A new menu is on the way with great food, and it's the perfect atmosphere for a night out.
Let the Rick House host your next big event in our 2,000 square foot banquet hall. It's perfect for wedding rehearsals, graduations, and holiday parties. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits. Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road in
I
Greenville.
live with back and neck pain for 10 years.
I lived with pain for 10 years.
I lived with left knee pain for about a year.
I tried everything from pain medication to cortisone shots.
I did not want to go under the knife.
And then I found QC Kinetics.
Their holistic treatments fixed my back and my neck.
Their regenerative treatments fixed my knees.
Their natural treatments helped heal my knee pain.
Without surgery, drugs, or downtime.
If you want to be free from pain, come to QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, 252-645-6458.
Homeowners can face many challenges throughout this season, but our newest New Blue star, Dixon Williams, is here to slide in and save the day. Have a clog that's hitting a foul ball and nothing seems to be getting through? Dixon's fixing to get you flowing again. Feeling like your HVAC's in a slump? Dixon's sliding in to get your comfort back on track. Are swinging blind in a power outage? Dixon is delivering a power boost. So when problems arise, turn home strikeouts into home runs with New Blue, electric, plumbing, and air.
Hey there, Eastern North Carolina, Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. The Brown & Wood service specials include a tire price match guarantee, a $199 AC Delco front brake pad installation special. We also have a brake rotor rebate of $40 and a synthetic oil change on most vehicles for $89.95. Don't forget, free pickup and drop-off at Brown & Wood. 89 years in business, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Is your office printer on the fritz? Don't wait days for a repair. This is Walker Allen Volova with CopyPro, where we promise fast 3-hour service on all of your copy equipment. No need to press 1 for English for an overseas service line. All of our calls are answered right here in Greenville. Plus, we offer a free office printing analysis to help you cut cost and boost efficiency. We'll show you exactly how to save money on ink, toner, and energy. For reliable, fast service, call CopyPro today at 1-800-682-6558 and see how we can help your office run more efficiently. CopyPro, fast service, smarter printing, bringing more value to your business.
This is Holt Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30 plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. ansonbelt.com, over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Nailers Show.
Warm up with savings at the Beaufort Hotel. Plan your escape and save up to 20% off. The premier vacation destination on the Crystal Coast is nestled on 10 acres and overlooks the Rachel Carson Reserve, home to 30 wild horses. Discover why Beaufort was named the best small town for adventure by USA Today when you stay at the Beaufort Hotel, where your Outer Banks adventure begins. Visit BeaufortHotelNC.com or call 252-728-3000.
If you're hungry for a great steak with honest-to-goodness flavor, head over to Larry's Steakhouse, open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m., serving up hand-cut, aged ribeyes, tender grilled salmon, bold grilled shrimp, and juicy grilled pork chops, all right off the flame. Pile your plate high with a 25-item salad bar. Try one of our hearty daily lunch specials. Larry's Steakhouse, good food, good folks, and a good time. Located at 2800 East 10th Street across from the old Highway Patrol Station. Call 751-6510 for takeout and reservations. Larry's Steakhouse.
Talk radio. From the depths of space. The center. Outer space mumbo jumbo of the talk universe.
The center of what?
Pirate Radio.
We have prepared a planet with a suitable atmosphere.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Dow was up 331 points and closed at 42,654. The NASDAQ was up 98 at 19,211. S&P closed out the week up 41 points at 5,958. That is your Wells Fargo Advisor Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show.
All right, Sean, we're in overtime.
We're in overtime.
Real quick, give us a lineup.
All right, batting first, the left fielder, Braden Burris. Batting second, the designated hitter, Jack Herring. Batting third, the first baseman, Austin Irby. Batting fourth, the second baseman, Dixon Williams. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Colby Wallace. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Drew Downs. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Alex Boucher. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Alex Peltier. And batting ninth, the catcher, Walker Barron. On the bump for your Pirates, number 20, Jake Hunter.
Sausage. All right. Good work. Thank you, Shirley. See you Monday. Logan, have a good summer, buddy. Stop by anytime. Yeah. And hope to see you in the future.
Of course.
Be safe.
I'd love to swing by.
Please do.
See you, Low Man Wins.
Chan Man, enjoyed it?
Yes, sir.
We'll
Absolutely.
Talk to you when we talk to you.
Happy Friday.
And J-Bone, great job on the interview.
Thank you.
And we'll see you on Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend, everyone. Talk to you Monday. For the crew, I'm Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WD.